for their place in the finals tomorrow. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us here at SDG Fairbreak Invitational Tournament. Before I introduce my guest, we as Fairbreak Invitational would like to take a moment to send through our prayers, condolences to the Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan. And now let me take a moment to introduce my lovely guest, which is Georgie Heath. Georgie, thank you so much for joining me today. We are at the first semi-finals. Can you believe that time has flown by so fast? It's Team Spirit versus the Falcons.
Honestly, it seems like just yesterday we were watching that opening game, the ceremony with the players all showing their country's flags on their back in that opening ceremony, and that masterclass from ANTI-PIRACY on night one. And here we are, semi-final one, and tomorrow is the first Fairbreak final ever.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to that. But let's quickly talk about what we can expect today. If we look at Team Spirit and how they've been looking, they look like a really balanced side.
Yeah, I think they're balanced. They're balanced on the pitch and off it. You see them together. They're a really well-oiled machine now. Nicola Carey has stepped up to that captaincy role so well. She's led from the front. She's got all her ducks in order, but not scored any ducks at the same time. And they just seem like they're a team that's really come together at the right time. They're 4 wins on the bounce. And, yeah, they seem to have... They've got the recipe at the moment, and they'll be eyeing that spot tomorrow.
And when we look at Team Falcons, they are coming back from back-to-back losses. I'm pretty sure they'll be looking at ANTI-PIRACY to be able to bring on those runs.
Yeah, they've had a turbulent time of it of late, the Falcons. They've secured their spot, yes, but yeah, ANTI-PIRACY is key at the top of that innings. And also Danny Wyatt, who captained so well earlier on in the tournament. But yeah, ANTI-PIRACY didn't flare like she has done so far in their last game. So that will be something that will be integral to them at the top of their innings, and to hope to get some big runs on the board if they were to bat first.
Mm-hmm. All right, now let's go straight to the pitch report.
Hello, my name is Tirtha Satish and I'm playing for the Falcons and I'm from UAE. Today the pitch seems more of a batting pitch, and there's the fast outfield as well. So I think the pass score will be around 150, and the batting team will definitely have a bit of an advantage using the wind and scoring more towards that direction. And the bowling team, the seamers, will have a bit of an advantage to swing the ball in or out.
And Jeff Lawson is on standby for that coin toss. Let's go straight to him.
Thank you, Lesejo. Well, it's a typical Dubai down here. Plenty of sunshine, but a little bit of breeze just to soften it up. With me, I've got the two captains, Susie Bates and Nick Carey. Now, Nick, you get the opportunity to call, but our guest coin thrower is Toby Lumsden. The groundsman here is responsible for whatever happens. So if it goes badly, we look at Toby. Anyhow, your call. Steve Bernard, the match referee, will supervise this very carefully, and Nicola Carey, captain of the Spirit, will call.
Heads.
We'll have a bat today, thank you.
Susie Bates, batting, it hasn't been the go-to here. What's your theory?
No bonus points today on offer, so win or miss out on the final. And I just think with the Spirit's bowling attack, they've got a really strong bowling attack, and we want to put some pressure on their batters by batting first.
Well, that's a terrific reason. No bonus points. You're going to play for the win. What are the changes in your team?
Yeah, we have a couple of changes today. Sadly, Marina Lamplow's not with us today, neither is Brittany Cooper or Kaya, so we're just going to play really well for them watching at home. But we've got Noi Tipok back in the side, and we have Marzan Cap today for the first game.
That's a big in for the Falcons. Thank you very much, Susie. Good luck to you.
No worries.
And now Nick Carey, the table-topping Spirits. Going to have to bowl first today, Nick.
Yeah, we are. We probably would have liked to have batted first, but that's okay. We'll get out here and back our bowlers to restrict their batters to hopefully a reasonable total and get out here in the second innings and have a crack.
Okay, so newish wicket today. 150's been about the right score here. You see anything different from the other pitches?
Look, I've got to be honest, pitch analysis isn't my strength. But yeah, I feel like we've played on a few different pitches on this wicket block, so and they've all sort of done a similar thing. So yeah, I'm assuming that 150 might be there or thereabouts again. So yeah, we'll see what happens in this first innings.
Play it as it comes, which is terrific. Your lineup today?
You put me on the spot here. I think it's pretty similar to the team we put out in the park the other day. So
Okay, leave it to us. We'll find out what the team is. Anyway, good luck. Top of the table. Favourites for the game. Play well.
Oh, thank you.
So Falcons have won the toss and they'll have a bat, and we'll be back for the action shortly.
And let's have a quick look at how that starting 11 for the Falcons is looking like. Of course, Chamari Atapatu will be opening up the batting with Danny White, who we are expecting to be very strong at the top order. And of course, Captain Susie Bates. And we are excited to see the inclusion of Marizan Cup as an opener, as an all-rounder from South Africa. And now we're going to have a quick look at how that starting 11 for Team Spirit is looking like.
Yeah, so we've got Sarah Bryce at the top. She was great in their last game. Also wicket keeper. Sophia Dunkley is key in those middle orders. Bisma Maroof. And you can see Sophie Eccleston down there. And the inclusion of Japanese Shizuki Miyagi, who got that forfeit earlier on in the series. You've also got the likes of Ayabonga Kaka with that incredible 5 for the other day. And UAE girl Mughal is in there as well. She's key in those middle orders to try and keep that run rate down. And they're going to need to bowl well to contain that Falcons batting lineup.
Yeah. And talking about bowling well, we know that Eccleston has gotten 13 wickets in the tournament so far. We're expecting her to get those wickets again today.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with Sophie Eccleston. You see her with the ball in the hand and you assume there's going to be a wicket. But she's also been so important with the bat. Those late runs that she comes out with, she really goes for those boundaries, and they'd be really key to just boost that run rate. And when Spirit have been batting first, which they're not doing today, we've just seen, she's been really important to just get it that bit high and you get that sort of mental edge. But with the ball, she is just phenomenal. She's absolutely world class.
Someone who's also world class is Marizan Cup. Finally, we're seeing her inclusion, and so you're probably excited to see her on the field today.
Oh, she's one of those players. She's exciting whatever she's doing, with the bat, with the ball, in the field, and regardless of who you're supporting today, I think she's one of those players that everyone watching Fairbreak has been excited to have included from when we first found out she'd be part of it. So we're just so happy to have her out there today, and it's going to be great to see what she can do.
And Georgie, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is your predictions today? Will it be Team Falcons or will it be Team Spirit?
See, it's a tricky one because semi-finals, anything can happen. But I think with the team that they've got and the way they've been playing so far, I'm going to say Team Spirit, I think.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm looking forward to seeing all the T20 cricket action that will be coming. And I look forward to also you enjoying the cricket action that will be coming. Well, from me, Leseho and Georgie here in the studio, make sure that you enjoy the first semi-final between the Falcons and Team Spirit.
It's semi-finals day here in the SDG Fairbreak Invitational. The Spirit, top of the table. They finished in first spot, and the Falcons fourth. This first semi live from Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Before we get into the game, we're going to have a moment of silence for the late President of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Khalifa. Before playing this first semi-final, that minute of silence for Sheikh Khalifa, the President of the UAE, who passed away yesterday. Adam Collins and Isabel Duncan with you on the call to start this first semi-final. Spirit up against the Falcons, and the Falcons, Izzy, won the toss and batted, which is a great result for them on a number of levels.
Absolutely, a good toss to win there for the Falcons, I think. With the Spirit batting first, they'd have been in trouble, chasing the Spirit and with their bowlers as well.
And often good to bat first here in the afternoon. We've learnt through this competition 5 times out of the 7 games, the team that batted in the sun went on to win. For the Falcons, a couple of changes. Sanaran Tipok in, and also Marizan Kat did not play at all through the group stages, the South African superstar, and comes in for the semi-final. As for the Spirit, Chayat Mergul comes back with her big booming in-swingers. Akbar Ali and Claire Polisak given the responsibility of officiating in this first semi-final. There's Chamari Adapadu, opening the batting for the Falcons, as she's done so wonderfully through the group stages. Nobody has more runs than the 241 she made at an average of 60. Strike rate of 148. Beautiful set of numbers. And there's Sophie Eccleston talking about great numbers. She picked up 13 wickets at 4.76 through the course of her 5 games for the Spirit. Seeing there Adapadu clearly in front. A century on opening night, 107 not out from 55 balls against the Warriors. Her lowest score throughout was just 20, so it gives some sense of her consistency and her match-winning capacity. There's Elise Filani. Not a part of the semi-finals. They were eliminated the Sapphires. There with Tash Farrant. Hello. And the top bowlers, it really does stand out, doesn't it? The 2 top are from the Spirit. Eccleston, who's taken 13 wickets at 4.76. And Kaka, 8, including a bag of 5. And Emiyaji, 6 wickets in 6 overs. What an incredible story she is. The oldest player in the competition at age 40. And here come the openers, ANTI-PIRACY and Danny Wyatt. Wyatt missed the first game through illness, but made her presence felt with an unbeaten 76 against the Barmy Army to get her campaign underway. Averaging 41. However, she did miss out against the Spirit, out for 3 early in the power play. Ayabonga Kaka got her wicket. She's in there amongst that huddle. Nicola Carey, the captain, in top form. Highest strike rate through the group stage. Up at 176, an average of 81. She's been fantastic at number 5. She's barely needed to bowl. They've done so well constricting teams. And we're seeing here Chamari Adapadu. What a player.
Yes, a blistering start for ANTI-PIRACY. She's been in the runs throughout this. 107 not out was her top score, the only century in this tournament. And she's dismissive of bowlers, disrespectful. She doesn't take a look, she just gives it a bash all over the park. Very entertaining.
Yeah, and that 20 she made at to finish the group stage against the Tornadoes was just after 2 massive sixes back over the bowler's head. So she's in formidable form. And Danny Wyatt's had a really good 2022 so far for England and brought that form into the fair break with that aforementioned unbeaten 76 against the Barmy Army. She's striking at 134 as the Falcons' other opener. It'll be interesting to see how the Spirit set up here. We know that when they're defending totals, and they won 4 times defending, the only time they lost was when they needed to chase. They've gone with Sophia Dunkley, Sophie Eccleston and Ayabonga Kaka inside the power play, but already a change here. They're going to go with spin straight away.
This is a surprise, isn't it? It's interesting. Of course, they like the change of pace from each end. Perhaps we'll have spin one end and pace at the other, just to mess with the timing of the batters. It's a battle of dominance, always in the power play. Just want to get on the front foot and score runs off that first ball, particularly if you're Atapatu.
Plenty of experience. Natia Bujatam took more wickets in the world than any other bowler back in 2019, but hasn't claimed a wicket at this tournament. Only bowled on 3 occasions. It's an interesting call from Nicola Carey off the top.
I think it's the surprise call, just to try and throw those batters off.
A change of wicketkeeper. Well, I say a change of wicketkeeper. Bryce did have the gloves back for the final game, but for a couple in the middle there, they went to Yasmin Dazwani, who did a fabulous job keeping to Eccleston, especially a couple of stumpings. But back to the Scottish blood woman Bryce here today.
Well, Sarah Bryce's sister is also playing, Catherine Bryce, in this tournament.
There's Dazwani, unlucky to miss out. Players called her away. And wide is immediately. Semi-final 1.
Giving it plenty of flight there, Bukatam, as you should when you're opening the bowling. It's a tempter. Number 10 in the world, T20 international all-rounders, Natia Bukatam of Thailand.
He may be trying to squeeze out a tidy over to start with before this pair get their groove on. There's Mariko Hill, retained today. Carter to come in at number 5. The first wicket of the competition back on opening night. Good start.
She does well to contain Atapatu with that first ball. We've seen her hit boundaries of first balls of innings so far in this tournament.
Well, they've been the best team inside the power play in terms of run rate. Group stage, they've gone at 7.8 and over in the first 6. Atapatu off the mark here with a clever little sweep around the corner. Nyaji gets an early touch. Come back for a couple. You look through it, the Spirit were actually the worst record in the power play, going at 5.37. Problem is the Falcons fall away. They have the worst record in the death overs with that. So here's their chance to put the foot down when the field's up, especially with Atapatu in great nick.
Playing delicately today, Atapatu. We've been used to her muscling it around and flexing her muscles around the pitch. Just playing subtly.
The other side of the ledger is the Spirit have got the best record with the ball inside the power play, conceding just 5.33 runs and over. So important opening exchanges in this game. This has worked so far.
Just waiting for Atapatu to open up. When will she put her foot down?
Long on, deep mid-wicket outside the circle. That's worked perfectly. Bridgerton concedes just 3 runs from the first over. The Falcons 3 without loss. They've squeezed out that early first over. Now they can turn to their front liners. Couple of changes for the Falcons. Marizan Kat, the big name in, the number 1 all-rounder in the world, in at 6, and she'll of course take the new ball, having missed the group stage through illness. That's a big in for the elimination stage.
like it's going to be Kaka who takes the new ball there from the Emirates Road end. She's been in amongst the wickets as well. She's taken a fifer in this tournament. She's second on the list of the highest wicket takers, just after Eccleston, who's taken 13. Kaka has taken 8 wickets.
8 at 9.25, going at just a tick over 4 and over. She's been brilliant, Ayabonga Kaka. And she picked up the wicket of Danny White in the group stage.
I think there's a few nerves out there today. It is the grand semi-final. It's a big day today. And these two batters are looking quiet, uncharacteristically quiet, ANTI-PIRACY.
And I think that's why it was such an important toss to win for the Falcons. It's because we've seen the game plan from the Spirit is a repeatable one. Make runs, a competitive total. It doesn't need to be a huge total. Then they can throw the ball to the aforementioned Eccleston and Dunkley and Ayabonga Kaka inside the power play and squeeze chasing teams. Different story here. They didn't win the one time they were asked to chase against the Barmy Army.
Well, the last time they met the Falcons, the Spirit beat the Falcons by 27 runs, with Dunkley scoring 51, a sprightly 51. That's what they like to do.
Ayabonga Kaka, here's her 5-wicket bag, destroying the Sapphires inside the power play. That was a big game. They didn't win their first fixture. They couldn't afford to go 0-2. Instead, they won 4 on the trot. How's that? Straight through the gate. He finishes likewise.
Tight bowling from Kaka, tight in swingers. It's her stop ball. 5 for 9 versus the Sapphires.
This is the match-up here. She's got around a couple of times in international cricket in the group stage a few days ago. And the leg side to start. So a reminder, if you're picking up the coverage for the first time, that we're using the MCC interpretation of leg side wides rather than the ICC. So that simply means there's a bit more latitude for the bowlers, but that was missing by a long way. So an easy decision. Umpire Akbar Ali from the UAE.
Well, we've got 2 natural stroke players out there at the moment, and they're being contained here by the Falcons. Tight bowling from Kaka. Utakam from the other end. Keeping them quiet here, only 4 off the over so far.
Super stuff. It's that natural shape, beautiful front on action, proud seam. Would have easily ended up with a feather through to the gloves of Bryce. But misses here, so a couple of wides.
We ought to mention bonus points here. The Falcons reached the semis due to winning 4 bonus points. They were stacked up with bonus points, more than any other team in this side. And they had a must-win game, where they had to win a bonus point.
Out through square leg, bit of work to do for the sweeper. Getting through for a single. Yeah, and I think that's that story about what they've been able to achieve in the power play. Because they've gone so briskly early on, they've still been ahead after 10 overs twice when they've gone on to lose the game. I mean, they've struck 26s in the tournament, more than any other team. I'd suggest that the vast majority of those have been inside the first 10 overs, most of them by ANTI-PIRACY. End of the second over. Falcons quiet to begin, they're 10 for none. You can see there the Falcons picked up 4 bonus points despite only winning 2 games. They lost their last 3 games after starting wonderfully against the Warriors and the Barmy Army, but twice were able to lead after 10 overs, which means they've made their way into the final 4, sneaking into 4th place. And after sneaking out an over of spin by Bouchardon, they're going to throw the ball to the best bowler in the world, Sophie Eccleston, to bowl over number 3. White using her feet, excellent. Great contact, taking on her England teammate. That's one way to transfer pressure back onto the best bowler in the world. Smack her straight back over her head.
She's not daunted by Eccleston with her 13 wickets. Skipping up the pitch, gets underneath it. That has gone a long, long way. That's gone big from Danny Wyatt, natural stroke maker.
We know what she can do when she gets on one, Danny Wyatt. It's a single here. She's one of only 5 batters in the world who have 2 centuries in women's T20 international cricket.
So the average score in power plays in this tournament has been 38. So the Falcons will be looking to get ahead of that.
Just love that approach from Danny Wyatt. She'd know Eccleston better than anyone in that lineup. The way she's able to squeeze teams. You see it there. It's quicker through the air, always targeting the stumps. But Wyatt taking the initiative, coming down the track. Yeah, sure, a degree of risk, but with mid-off and mid-on inside the circle. Didn't need to get much of it. In the end, cleared the rope by 25 metres. As does Chamari ANTI-PIRACY. That's even bigger. Eccleston might have been the bowler in the group stage, but 2 big 6s. Well, there's the challenge. They've laid down the gauntlet, the Falcons. This is good batting.
Hitting with the spin. She's really flexing her muscles once again. ANTI-PIRACY, she's very entertaining. That's reached the stands. Pinpoint accuracy from Eccleston. She could bowl it on a penny if you asked her. And she uses her height as well. It's a little bit of extra bounce. That ball's still new.
On with the arm to finish. 3 overs gone. That was a big one. 13 coming from it. 23 for none the score. So Eccleston, her economy rate during the group stage was 3.7. She was virtually unhittable inside the power play. The 2 experienced openers realising they can't let Eccleston bowl to them. Swinging hard and swinging true. So you see there Danny Wyatt, a couple of centuries in T20Is, including a barnstorming effort at Canberra back in 2017. They got a career kick-started at the top of the list for England. In the second half of their career anyway. It was an interesting series for Wyatt. Women's Ashes, they didn't have her in the starting 11, brought her back to open, hit a 50-ball 100 to finish the series and win the T20s against Australia. And she was set thereafter. One of the first names on the team sheet for England in this form of the game. Rotates the strike. You see there 3 the players listed there in this competition. Basu, Wyatt and Deandra Dotton, who we'll we'll see her, Deandra Dotton later on.
Yeah, she had a bit of a niggle 2 days ago. I think she's recovered well. She didn't bat in that last game, was held back.
Basu at the top there from Tanzania.
Let's release the pressure here for these 2 batters after a couple of 6s. 4 for no loss now in this power play. The batters are always wanting to dominate, just to pierce that inner ring. Only 2 fielders outside of the ring.
Yeah, gap there, deep backward square, nails it. Fine leg inside the circle. Can't be on ANTI-PIRACY's leg stump. Strike rate up to 100 after a sluggish first couple of overs. ANTI-PIRACY's away.
ANTI-PIRACY, who's got the most sixes in the tournament as well. 12 sixes for her. Let's make that 13. She's added to that tally today.
Same direction, same result. That's help yourself stuff for a player of her capacity. Back-to-back fours. This is what she did through the group stage. So consistent in the power play. 107 not out, 42, 42, 30 and 20. It was against the Tornadoes a couple of days ago when she just hit 2 sixes to turbocharge that innings.
Kaka getting her line a bit wrong there, just drifting onto leg stump.
Good to finish. 4 overs gone. Falcons 32 without loss. And what the Spirit haven't had to do is bowl first in the afternoon through the tournament either. We've seen it's been very tough for sides doing it out in 40-degree heat and coming back and chasing. 5 times out of 7 games played at the 4 o'clock time slot, the team given the chance to bat first have gone on to win. 5 out of 7. That's why the Falcons had an easy decision to make at the toss today. Susie Bates, no hesitation.
Well, Nick Carey, that's right. She would have batted first. She said that at the toss. They like to defend. They do that successfully, Spirit.
Speaking of Nicola Carey, bringing herself on inside the power play. She only bowled 9 overs through the group stage, picked up a couple of wickets, went at 5.5 and over. Piercing the gap is Wyatt though. Short enough and wide enough to steer through that gap. This is turning into a very good power play. Didn't need to overhit it. So good square of the wicket, Danny Wyatt.
I like what she's doing here, Carey.
Danny Wyatt's unbeaten 76. She missed the first game through illness and came in and really made her presence felt. Player of the match for 76 not out from 49 balls. Giving the Falcons an 8-wicket victory. And those early wins pushed them through to the semi-finals. They lost their 3rd, 4th and 5th games, but had enough points in the bank.
I like what Carey's doing here. She's rotating her bowlers. She doesn't want these batters to settle. She's the 4th bowler that's been used so far, and it's only the 5th over.
So Nibble playing inside the line, albeit just.
She's great bowling at the death as well, Carey. Dependable.
Yeah, surprising she hasn't bowled so often herself. I suppose she hasn't needed to.
Well, you've got Eccleston and Kaka on your side.
Yeah, Miyagi's been taking wickets when needed at the end too. So 2 out on the leg side, deep backward square and deep mid-wicket. You look through it, no Falcons bowler has more than 3 wickets. 9 Falcons bowlers have a wicket though. By contrast with the Spirit, you've got Miyagi with 6, Eccleston with 13, Kaka with 8 and Dunkley with 4. Been very effective with the ball, especially when defending.
Carey coming around the wicket, just trying to cramp up ANTI-PIRACY here.
Oh, top edge. Over the wicketkeeper's head though. Oh, frustration there for the Spirit. That could have gone anywhere.
Well bowled, Carey. Just cramping ANTI-PIRACY for style. Top edge goes flying.
I reckon 7 times out of 10 that ends up with somebody. Instead, ANTI-PIRACY into the 20s. Oh, mix-up, confusion. Gets back in time. Wyatt was coming, ANTI-PIRACY wasn't. The end of 5 overs. We'll have a change in commentary. Ishigua replacing me. Mark Farmer also coming in. The Falcons 41 without loss.
Thanks, Adam. The Falcons flying high in semi-final 1 of this Fairbreak Invitational. Wyatt and ANTI-PIRACY, 2 experienced campaigners at international level. Both have scored T20 centuries and are up against the best bowler in the world. What a contest. Welcome along, Mark.
Thank you. Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Always good to see the best players in the world taking it on against each other.
It's such a great battle to see usually teammates taking each other on.
Bowling really tight. It's a run-out opportunity, maybe a clean pickup from Bismar Maroof, and might have been in the game, but Danny Wyatt hustles pretty well usually. An interesting matchup, because I'd say Danny Wyatt enjoys going up and over extra cover, which if you're going with the spin to Sophie Ecclestone, it's a good way to go. That's why she's trying to bowl tight to the stumps. For Chamari ANTI-PIRACY, it's right into her zone as a left-hander. That's why she has that protection over to the left hand of your screen, the leg side. She decides to go straight where there are no fielders. Chamari ANTI-PIRACY, the most runs in this tournament, up against the player with the most wickets. It's game on.
He's in great form this tournament, averaging over 60, striking it over 147. And she's doing it now when it counts in the semi-final.
This is launched a bit flatter, but same result. And it's 50 up for the Falcons in the 6th over.
Wow, game on. Phenomenal piece of batting. So we see her just play straight from the crease and straight down the ground. She is in phenomenal touch.
I think she thought about trying to catch that and then quickly moved her hand away. Ecclestone. She hit it back with such force. Nicely bowled, really well bowled. Pulled in 2 minds there, really enjoying this battle. Where's she going, Mark? Good adjustment from ANTI-PIRACY. Not giving her the room to get that elevation, so a good finish for Ecclestone, and that's the end of the power play. 51 without loss. Power play done for the Falcons, so change of fielding restrictions. You can have 4 outside the inner circle now. Nicola Carey then to continue, but she's got a little bit more protection also on the leg side, so no width And that's exactly where Shamari Atapatu decides to go, nearly into the hands of Sophia Dunkley. Right, let's get out and about. Georgia Heath, who have you got with you?
I'm joined now by Falcons bowler Jahanara Alam. We are pitch side for the ANTI-PIRACY batting that is going on at the moment, so watch out for that protection. Jahanara, amazing to have you with us. What's it been like for you to be part of this Falcons side during this tournament?
For me, I'm very happy and glad and also proud to be part of this tournament, Fairbreak Invitational. Yeah, I'm so happy.
And how are you going to beat the Spirit today?
Well, this is do or die match, as all knows, and we are really looking forward as a team. Yeah, I want to lift the trophy personally. So as a team, we all want it to be. So that today is the day that we have to play well. Then result will be count at the end.
What does it mean to play with that Bangladesh flag on your back?
Oh, it's amazing. I never thought that I'm gonna play this kind of tournament in this platform by having my country's flag on my back. So it's really amazing and proud things for me. Thanks to Fairbreak to bring this thought. And yeah, I wanna say thanks to Fairbreak for giving me this opportunity to be here and become of this tournament.
And how do you feel that you're inspiring girls back home to get involved?
Well, it's really a big initiative that what is happening here, and yeah, back home all are enjoying every match, every moment, and they are really happy for us. From Bangladesh, 2 of us, we are taking part of this tournament, and also, yeah, it's huge because 35 nations together, we are sharing one platform, and it's really huge. And in Falcons, we have got 13 nations together. So we are sharing lots of things, our thoughts and all together, and we are enjoying every moment. So it's really huge for us.
Well, we're so honoured to have you involved with Fairbreak this year. Thank you so much, Jahanara Alam, and go well out there today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Georgie. Danny Wyatt going along nicely, just picking up a 4 after just a single off the first 3. Another tight one, needs to hit. Needed to hit, she was gone.
We've seen so many direct hits in this tournament. The ground fielding and shies at the stump have been absolutely phenomenal, and this is one of the few to miss. Oh, I think she might have been gone too.
Yeah, great to hear from Jahanara Alam, one of 2 Bangladeshi players here at Fairbreak, alongside Rumana Ahmed, who will be involved with the Barmy Army in the second semi-final. Overdone, 57 for no loss. As you mentioned, 35 countries being represented here at Fairbreak. First of its kind, and I've had the pleasure, Mark, over the last couple of days, getting around, speaking to the girls. So many different stories, so many different backgrounds, and they're all being brought together here. Many with similar stories, many with very, very different ones.
And the mint is switched on, and the Fairbreak Effect NFT drop is officially here. The owners of the NFTs gain a membership with exclusive access to players, competitions, giveaways and future events. Head to fairbreakeffect.com for more.
She's always got a big smile on her face, hasn't she, Mignon Duplia? So Divya coming into the attack, just the 1 wicket she's picked up in the 3 matches that she's played in for the Spirit, representing Singapore.
Looks like she might have done a bit of shopping on her day off. New pair of kicks. And there again, she's sort of a run up. It looks like she's just creeping in after a big night out.
Girls have been going to bed at 10 o'clock. I don't know what you're talking about, Mark.
A day off yesterday. It looks like she's done some shopping. Nice new kicks.
Well, visibility of the game going out to 141 countries. Got to look good. Nicely played, but protection down there. And one of the best fielders in position to take that. Rico Hill giving herself up. Been a flourishing partnership though from ANTI-PIRACY and Wyatt, and probably enjoying herself quite a lot. ANTI-PIRACY has the pleasure of playing all around the world in different franchise tournaments. I think this tournament in particular is great for someone like her who doesn't get a lot of opportunities with Sri Lanka to play against the best.
Yeah, there's just so many different personalities and different people that we met, and we heard Bashundhara talking about having the flag on your back, and that's something unique about this tournament, and I know a lot of the players have had so much pride in that, none more so than ANTI-PIRACY, who's just showing some world-class skills throughout this tournament.
Chipped. Will it go to hand? No. Eccleston, who has the most catches in the tournament.
We have another look. Not full contact, and probably glad that she didn't, as that dropped short. She certainly isn't holding back. Doesn't matter if the fielders are on the boundary, she's taking on the 55-metre rope.
Nicely bowled, not giving her that room to free her arms, Divya. So just singles of this over so far. And it's been a real pleasure to be here at Fairbreak, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have you here, and it's been, you know, very special to be a part of, and just a phenomenal atmosphere, phenomenal personalities as we've seen throughout in a truly global tournament.
Final ball of the 8th. And well contained. So an over of singles, 63 for no loss. Talked about those different stories. Bashundhara Alam, early days. Financially struggled, so she went and lived in a hostel for a bit, had the support of other women around her to help her with training and being in a completely different environment to eventually get the opportunity and the contracts now with Bangladesh Cricket. Chaya Mughal is into the attack, playing for the UAE. Born in Kashmir. She talked about having to move because of the perceptions of women playing sport in Kashmir to get her opportunities. False start.
Yeah, a little false start. Yeah, she's a great personality, captaining the UAE side, and her teaching background, you see that come out every now and then, which is trying to pull the troops into line, but has a great sense of humour at the same time, and the UAE side have a lot of fun.
Nice pick-up, but has it got the distance? No, but it's down anyway. Ayabonga Kaka has dropped a fairly simple catch.
Ouch. It's a big opportunity missed. ANTI-PIRACY not going to slow down. She's given them an opportunity, and in and out. Oh, will that be costly? Only time will tell.
Decides to be a bit more respectful on this occasion and get off strike.
Interesting, now 10 balls since the last boundary. I wonder that's just playing on her mind as we have another look. Oh, disappointing. Seen that a couple of times in the tournament, a drop early, and they have proved to be costly.
Well, you don't want to be dropping ANTI-PIRACY because when she gets going, she can be seriously destructive. And now a misfield. This time the ground fielding from Ayabonga Kaka.
The ball just starts following you, doesn't it? When you make one error, the ball just seems to have a magnet to you. Have a look at the ground fielding here. Not something she's going to want to go back and have another look at, I don't think.
Nicely lofted, but nearly a stunner. Jeans in the outfield. I think she actually came in a little bit too far and then stuck her right hand out to try and get her out of trouble. In the end, parrying it over the bar.
She almost did, I think it was the Ben Stokes where he ran in a bit too far and took an absolute screamer, but that's 2 drops in the over. There's a good bit of fielding off her own bowling. Can't rely on your teammates, you do it yourself. So we have another look. Jeans, as she's known from Thailand. Absolutely gutted.
Well bowled. A couple of dot balls to finish. Not getting a lot of help from her teammates though. Chai Mughal, 70 for no loss.
Have a look back at the 2 drops in the over. First Ayabonga Kaka. And then this time Danny Wyatt going aerial, and Jeans from Thailand unable to hold on.
The 2 culprits for the spirit.
Oh, the TV production's cruel, aren't they?
Here comes a change then. Sophia Dunkley has bowled a fair bit this tournament. 15 overs. Picked up 4 wickets at just under 7s. I think she'd like to bowl a little bit more for England.
Well, what an opportunity here, bowling to a international batter that's in the form of her life right now.
Sometimes I wonder with ANTI-PIRACY whether it's better bowling over the wicket and across her. Decided to operate round the wicket. As she tucks into that one in flourishing style, ANTI-PIRACY launches a 6 first ball of the over.
Yeah, great bit of batting. It had been 12 balls since the last boundary, and I think she'd had enough. Great piece of batting, great awareness of the field with mid-off in the ring just to go over the top. And they're going to keep with the same field, so I wonder if it's Sophia Dunkley changing to over the wicket.
Change of angle, but collected in the deep. I do think that is a better angle for ANTI-PIRACY as she gets off strike.
See plenty of movement around the field, and it's always a challenge in any team, let alone a team that's only been together for 4 games, trying to manage a left-hand, right-hand combination and moving the field round. As we see just the 2 out on the leg side on the boundary at deep mid-wicket and long on.
Nicely weighted, but into the gap, and It's a good bit of work in the deep, but I think in vain for Eccleston.
Great effort. And made the umpire's life a little bit easier there. Didn't need to go upstairs. She knew she'd touched the rope.
I think she just mistimed it there. She almost palms it back into the sponge. So 11 off this over already in the first 3 balls. Plenty of conversation. Giving herself extra protection on the offside. So looking at that top of off. Smart from Danny White. See what she was trying to do. Fielder just moved across, trying to get herself over to the other side and whack it to the leg side. Jamari Atapatu, well, what a star she is. Most runs in the tournament, most sixes, and way out in front of Deandra Dottin and Sophie Devine.
I'm sure Dottin won't like seeing that. She's got potentially a couple of games, at least one more to try and even the ledger.
Yeah, Devine and Dottin, they'll be up against each other in the second semi-final. I think she might have got something on it. She's not happy.
And again, a reminder that if she didn't get anything on it, the umpires are a little bit more lenient on the wides, more of an MCC interpretation.
Oh, well weighted. And excellent work by Jeans on the boundary. So a fruitful over for the Falcons, 10 done, and they are 84 for no loss. Time for a drink.
At the halfway mark, Falcons are 84 for none, and it has been a brilliant partnership between Atapatu and Danny White. 84 of 60 deliveries. And these two play for England and Sri Lanka. And here they took on the world's #1 bowler, Sophie Eccleston, really well in the first over, and then you can see the shots all along the ground. some touch shots, some power hits. The partnership must be really satisfying for the Falcons dugout.
Yeah, hello to you, Sana. Welcome into the commentary box from the Sapphires this week. Nice to have you with us. Yeah, it's a bit of a batting masterclass we're witnessing here, isn't it?
Chaya has been good in the first over. She created 2 opportunities for the Spirits, but both were dropped. So hopefully in this over she can do something for the Spirits.
Yeah, you hope the Spirit don't rue those drops later on. You just can't afford to be dropping someone like ANTI-PIRACY when she's in this form. And then also Danny Wyatt, you can't give them those extra lives.
And you really have to go down the leg side in this tournament to get a wide. Otherwise, the rules say that if it's just around the legs, it's not being given wide. So this one, Chaya misses a lot on the leg side. Really good to see the non-associate members giving a tough time to these established players. Chaya creating 2 opportunities. There's another one, but it will have to go down another one in the gap. So Kaka again, she tried her best, but I think it was the fine leg 45 fielder who should have also gone for it.
Yeah, Chaya's bowled so well here. This would have been just what they needed, but she's got the edge there, ANTI-PIRACY, and she's very much ball watching as well, but it's just fallen between the fielders and then come off the leg of Ayabonga Kaka. But Chaya Mughal is making things happen out here, and it's important for the Spirit.
And Chaya has only 2 wickets in the tournament so far, and that would both the wickets came against Falcon, and that's what we see in the modern day cricket, the matchups. She has been brought back against for the semi-finals to play against the Falcons, and she has done the job.
Yeah, she's definitely played better throughout this tournament than her wicket figures might suggest. She's been integral to this Spirit side in these middle overs, and then you've got your Sophie Ecclestons, your Ayabonga Kakas in there as well. There's a person here who took a fair few wickets during this tournament. Oh, was this Percival Sana? Have you heard of her? She's quite good, really. Yeah, that was just great. In that partnership with Babette de Lead the other day, 5 stumpings from her. Sana Mir, you should play cricket more often, really. So there's quite a smile there.
Oh, there's a misfield. There's a misfield. Another couple of runs added. I have to say I really enjoyed that outing. And that's the over after 11.91 for naught. Both these batters, ANTI-PIRACY on 49, Danny White 39, and the partnership is threatening now the Spirits.
Yeah, the Spirit might be dwindling a little bit there. Look at those towers.
And it has been all Falcons throughout the first 11 overs. No wicket for Spirits, and that would be a worrying sign because Susie Bates still have to come. You see 2 big overs, above 12 runs, the 3rd over and the 10th over. And pretty well settled now, Falcons after 91 on the board. field suggests that she's going to be full and straight within the stumps because there's no fielder on deep cover for Thachun. When you're trying to bowl wicket to wicket, this is what can happen. You can stray down the leg side, but the rules here are helping, assisting the bowler.
Yeah, and you mentioned following this partnership, you've got the likes of Susie Bates. But first, we've got to celebrate. This is it. ANTI-PIRACY, another 50 for her in this tournament. It's come off just 41 balls. She's been so integral to this Falcons side throughout their campaign so far. She punches gloves with Danny Wyatt, and she gets back to business. That's 50 for Chamari ANTI-PIRACY off 41, including 5 fours and 2 sixes.
And she's a player, big match player and a big platform player. We have seen 2 big hundreds from her, one against Australia in a World Cup, and you see there's a semi-final when the team was under pressure, she delivers. A brilliant player, great ambassador for the sport.
And you mentioned that after this partnership, we've got the dangerous Susie Bates to come in, but maybe a little bit of magic like this, and we could see the end of someone like Susie Bates trying to make her ground there with her hand. But the wily son Amir and that partnership with Babette to lead, something you two said you'd cherish for a long time, something you hold together, you and Babette.
Absolutely, because Babette, when she came, she had a very tough time again behind the stumps in the first match. And what we intended as a support staff group and as leadership group, that whoever comes into the team, they feel confident when they go away from the tournament. I'm really extremely happy for her, the way she has developed in these 10, 12 days. That's a brilliant shot over covers, and that will go for 4. Danny White now putting the pressure back on the Spirits. That's an over, 98 for none. This is what she does really well. This is her favorite shot, signature Danny White. She uses the feet, opens herself up and exploits that cover region.
Yeah, she's been great so far, Danny Wyatt. I'd love to hear your thoughts on her as a captain earlier on in the series, because she came in for Susie Bates when she was injured. So we'll get your take on that one.
And Danny White on the screen. She was the deputy, the captain for the Falcons when Susie Bates was not there. Captained really well. Got them off to a good victory after the first loss. So it's very important to have those kinds of players in your team where you can share the leadership as well. She has been very good in this format, especially the T20 format for England as well.
And she seems to just be really loving her time out there. This suits Danny Wyatt and her game, and just her as a person, this kind of tournament. She's absolutely thriving, and it's showing in her game as well.
Absolutely. She is someone that really engages with other players. I've seen that she has spent a lot of time with the non-associate players, and we need seniors like her to make this tournament a success, which it already is. And we can just build on that, keep building on that. Good feeling there. But at the moment, Danny White and ANTI-PIRACY are in the zone. They are not playing any dots, making sure aggressive running is there.
Smile from Chaya Mughal there. Unlucky with the ball so far, but she's been great. She's been economical. She's been unlucky with those drop catches, but she's still throwing herself around out there in the field. And I mean, these two are racing along, but the Spirit, they're still fighting.
And what the Falcons have done really well is that the Spirits, their bowling has been the best thing about. They have won a lot of matches because of their bowling. And Falcons have put them under pressure in the bowling department. So we'll have to see how they go about the last 8 overs, what they can do with the ball, and then their batting will be under pressure. And again, overcovers. That's where Danny White loves to play her cricket. 100 up for the Falcons.
Yeah, it's just easy pickings for Danny Wyatt, that one. She barely even has to think about it. It's just so automatic for her. As you say, loves this kind of shot over the covers, out of her crease. And yeah, it's another 4 for the Falcons. 103, they're racing along here.
This is the second 100-run partnership stand in this tournament, and Falcon is the only team to do that. And even better this time, straight down the ground, and that brings up her 50. Excellent batting, excellent display from both the openers of Falcon.
Okay, so that's Danny Wyatt's 52 of 32 balls, so she's actually going along faster than ANTI-PIRACY, which it's almost like she's been quieter. We keep mentioning ANTI-PIRACY, but actually Danny Wyatt is racing along here.
He's a great timer of the ball. Again, you see very good timing. She has just played 6 dot balls in this innings. Just imagine 160 strike rate. We see a lot of power from ANTI-PIRACY, who's batting at 120 strike rate. But Danny White, with all her timing, she has only played 6 dot balls in this semi-final. 33 the deliveries she has faced, 53 runs off it.
Ball's just chasing Chai and Mughal around everywhere today. But clean fielding from her there. And I think the Falcons winning the toss was really important when you've got a pair like this at the top. What would you have done in that situation, Sana?
I think that was the perfect decision, because Madison Cap is back as well, so they have got that strength in their bowling as well. And again, straight down the ground, 15 off this over. A big over for the Falcons, 113 for naught. Uses her feet really well this time and plays it down the ground. We have seen her opening that offside. Now the bowler has to do something different. Around the wicket she comes, and now she has to go down the wicket, fetch that one. What a brilliant over. The last over was 15 off the last over, and we have seen ANTI-PIRACY and Danny White taking the attack to the Spirits, who have been really good with the ball throughout this tournament, but this time unable to take any wickets. Had no say against the destructive ANTI-PIRACY and Danny White.
Like Ayabonga Kaka will be taking the ball again. Number 16 from her 2 overs so far, but we have seen how good she's been in this tournament so far. 5 for 9 earlier on in the tournament. Her and Eccleston have been right up the top for wicket takers so far.
It seems like the attack is simple against ANTI-PIRACY. They are targeting her legs, not giving her the width to open her arms. And that's why there have been few dots against her. But Danny White, how good she has been. This is the first ball against Sophie Eccleston, and she hits it for the 6, and then all timing from there. Using the pace on the ball, using the field, playing with the field all the time. When the cover was up, she played on cover. When the cover went back, she started playing straight. Excellent execution there. Brilliant again, Danny White using the crease this time, making sure Ayabonga Kaka bowled where she wanted. Both the square leg fielder and fine leg fielder was up. She covered the stumps and made room for herself on the leg side. And with the batting like this, they have a great chance to beat their own best score, and the best score of the tournament. 178 has been the highest of this tournament, and these two are looking like that they can easily match that or better that. With 8.85, the current run rate, they can go up to 177. But with 10 wickets in hand, I'm pretty sure they must be looking at that 200 mark.
Yeah, well, actually, neither of these two should. Danny Wyatt should definitely not still be out there, and nor really should Chamari ANTI-PIRACY. Should the Spirit have taken their catches, that was easy enough for Ayabonga Kaka. And then this was Danny Wyatt off the bowling of Chaya Mughal. A lot more difficult by Jeans there, but yeah, both of them been given a life. And that's why we're seeing this partnership racing along into 120s now.
And that's what happens in T20 cricket. If you can't hold on to the catches, it's very difficult to get back into the match. And you can see the Spirit fielders trying to back each other up. Another brilliant shot, but there's protection this time.
Yeah, fielded there by her England teammate Sophia Dunkley, who maybe following Fairbreak will be thinking, at least my England partner in crime is looking pretty in form as they looked ahead to the summer following this.
I think that conversation will only happen after the game. At the moment, they will be like, get her out. We need to win this one. Slight appeal. It was outside the leg stump, so not much interest from anyone, even the bowler. There was a half-hearted appeal. Pretty clear about their plans. That's the over. 122 for none.
The mint is switched on and the Fairbreak Effect NFT drop is officially here. The owners of the NFTs gain a membership with exclusive access to players, competitions, giveaways and future events. So head to www.fairbreakeffect.com or scan the QR code for more. So Eccleston, you can see.
And that's Susie Bates. She has been the original Fairbreaker. She was mentoring the first Fairbreak teams back in the day, 2018. And it's really good to see her being successful as a captain. Her team is in the semi-finals and in a very dominating position. 123 for none.
Yeah, Sana, you obviously know Susie really well. She seems another one who's just really enjoying her time out here, and she's played well. She's got her teamer on top, and they just seem to have the right. That you can see her then. She's just smiling, no nerves, and she just knows what she does best, and she's loving her life at Fairbreak here.
She's a brilliant cricketer, brilliant human being as well, and a very good leader. And she really understands the whole concept of Fairbreak. She was amongst the first one, along with Charlie Edwards and Alex Blackwell, to back this cause and get involved with this cause. And it's really good to see her being successful, not only as a captain but as a player. And what a good shot, just pure power from Chamari ANTI-PIRACY. There was a fielder there but had no chance to cut that one.
Yeah, I think when you've got openers playing like this, you can be a very smiley, happy captain. Chamari ANTI-PIRACY, honestly, just that form that she's in is just phenomenal. She's taking on the world #1 bowler here, just smacked her straight back over her head.
And again, even better, more powerful, more precision there. And Sophie Eccleston has no clue what to do at the moment. is just bowling into her arc, and Athapaththu delivering. That's a much better delivery, took the pace off it. Excellent comeback from Sophie Eccleston. She was bowling really full and a lot of pace, but this time took the pace away, and that's what really deceived Chamari Athapaththu.
Yeah, it's the class of Sophie Eccleston coming through. She's just a bit quicker there. Sarah Bryce called it early, not dropping one of those, and the hugs all round from Spirit. They have broken this partnership finally after 2 drop catches early on, and it's Sophie Eccleston who does it. A big hug for Scotland's Sarah Bryce. They're unsure if it's exultant or relief, but Chamari Athapaththu has to go for 63. The Falcons 132 for 1.
It's the captain, Susie Bates, elevating herself up to number 3 after that stunning 132-run opening partnership. What a way to start the semi-finals. Into the death overs. Chaya Mergel to bowl over 16.
She's been a bit unlucky, Mogul, hasn't she? Those 2 drop catches off one of her overs. She's trying to break up that opening partnership.
Drop catches when the score was 63 and 68. Watching the wicket back here, pace off, Eccleston holding that back. Clever response to finish the 15th over, and at last some relief for the Spirit as the shadows start to lengthen here at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Adam Collins, Izzy Duncan picking up commentary through to the end of the Falcons innings. Watching for that in-swinger from Mergel. And she get it on song. There it is. Well bowled. Ramping up Wyatt. She had Wyatt dropped on 28 and Athapaththu dropped on 35 by Butcherton and Kaka respectively. That should have been the first breakthrough in the 9th over. Wasn't. Now it's a very different game of cricket.
Yeah, you've got to think about predictions here for totals. The previous highest score they've scored is 178, the Falcons.
Cross her stumps, Bates does it well, really well. That's experience. Big smile. Bates is away. Fine leg inside the circle, that's always on.
Here's the 4. Making lots of room. Nice wide base. And into the gap. Knows where the gaps are.
Yeah, that 178 the Falcons made, that was an innings that finished, I think, 9 balls early as well. So they've got form on this front, albeit at the start of the comp. Side edge. Work to do. Just hauled in.
Good bowling from Mogul, being used in the death overs here. Look at the bowlers and what they've got left in the bank. Bukatam has 2 overs left. Kaka has 1. Eccleston has 1. Carey has 2. Dunkley, in fact, has 3 left. There's a lot of choices here for Captain Carey.
Mergel's 2 wickets in the group stage came against the Falcons. Hit the stumps a couple of times. Forcing Bates to play straight there. Full and straight, so deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, before outside the circle. Keeping fine leg up for Wyatt.
Powerful top order here. ANTI-PIRACY, Wyatt, Bates and Tita Satish will be the next to come in.
Well bowled. Good finish there from Mergel. 16 overs gone. Falcons 142 for 1. Interesting to see what they do next. They've already brought Bates up to bat before Satish. Wouldn't be surprised if Marizan Kat came out at the 4 the next wicket. The experienced South African all-rounder hasn't played in the comp. Back today from illness. And the main number on that board, the 3 overs from Eccleston going for 33 runs. She went at 3 and over in the group stage. And Danny Wyatt not done yet. 66 not out.
Yeah, when you think of what's to come for the Falklands, Marizan Kat, that's the big headline news today, that she's back in the side, having been crook so far, not playing a game. Leading all-rounder in the world in ODI cricket.
So Nicola Carey bowled a couple of overs inside the power play, had 15 runs taken from them. The captain's back. Wasn't needed too often through the group stage. But a different kind of challenge today. Deep backward square goes out. Other than that, long on, deep mid wicket, and a deep extra cut. That's the direction the White's going. Off strike, first ball of the over.
What an opening partnership as well. 132 runs, quite incredible.
There is Marizan Kat. As we say, she'll be next. Listed at 6, but in a situation like this, they've got to punch the bruise if they can. All the pressure on the fielding team. Long off back for Bates. Cover inside the circle. 2's the call. Bates to the danger end. And through.
Projected score now 177. It's quiet down a little bit after the fall of that wicket. ANTI-PIRACY out for 63 or 52 deliveries.
And bowls her. Full and straight. Gets the skipper. Just able to drag things back a little bit with 2 wickets in quick succession. Carey here, pace on, hit the seam, through the gate. Lovely sound of ball hitting stump.
Dependable old timer. Score now 145 for 2, the Falcons.
What a luxury, bringing in Marizan Kat for the semi-final. Having missed her illness, has an important role to play here with the bat. Then she'll take the new ball. So much experience. She's been a champion for the Proteas. And she's there because Nick Carey got it spot on. Bates batting on off stump. Trying to force it through what gap there was at mid-wicket. Just enough movement. Splaying middle and leg. Beautiful stuff.
Great death bowler. Dependable Carey.
Wide goes straight, but long on his back. They get a couple.
Yeah, having Cap come in now is incredible, really. I would imagine that the Spirits are not too keen on seeing her, but here she is, #1 ODI.
Yeah, in good form through the World Cup as well. Made over 200 runs, Marizanne Cap. Had 4 scores in the 30s. Got plenty of starts, batting down at 6 or 7. White cutting away, so strong through backward point. Into the 70s with 3 overs to go. The Falcons beyond 150, 152 for 2. Kicking up the length. They've left that gap there. She's found it a couple of times. Such a strong cutter. Like semi-finals, made a century in the World Cup semi-final a month ago against Australia, Danny White, against South Africa, I should say. ...132-run opening partnership, then 2 quick wickets. Marizanne Cap joining Danny White, who's pushing into top gear. A strike rate of 170 so far, not done yet. Sophie Eccleston has 1 over to go. They're going to use it here. They're not going to hold her for 20. They're going to use it in 18.
14 wickets now in the tournament, Eccleston. With her economy and her accuracy, bowling it on a penny.
Yeah, we would have expected her to bowl 20 perhaps in these circumstances, but after 2 wickets, if she can get 1 more here. They might yet keep the Falcons under, say, 170 odd, but they'll need to get White. We saw what Danny White did to Sophie Eccleston. First ball that she faced off her in the power play, smacked her straight back over her head for 6. It was that moment this innings caught fire. 2 sixes off Eccleston's first over. 1 for White, 1 for ANTI-PIRACY.
Look at that strike rate as well for White, 169, hitting that of ANTI-PIRACY.
So mid-off is up, extra cover is back, and on the leg side, deep square, deep mid-wicket, and long on. Oh, it struck so well by Danny White. They've got the deep extra cover for that very shot. But she's hammered it all the way along the turf against her England teammate. Fabulous cricket. Her 10th fall.
Just bullying that ball through the covers.
Does she clear mid-off? She does. Through the 70s in a flash, Danny White. A wry smile from Eccleston. She's seen this before. Usually she's in the dugout watching Danny White do this to opposing teams, but today she needs to find an answer. She's got 3 balls to find an answer. Otherwise, she's going to post 3 figures.
And here she is with the top score of the tournament for her. Her top score. Previous score of 76 not out against the Barmy Army.
Eccleston going at 12 and over.
We have a pigeon on a length. It's a tame pigeon.
Umpire Akbar Ali doing his best there. Oh gosh. He didn't. We might have to have another look at that. I don't think that was a particularly successful mission there from the umpire. Maybe we should move on. I don't know. Oh no. Oh no.
Dear. Feathers everywhere.
At least the bird got away. You see it flying off into the distance, which is a good thing. Hi. I assume that's the same bird. Maybe not.
Hasn't got much of a tail left. He's going round in a circle for the rest of its life, I think.
Bill Laurie wouldn't approve. running hard for the first. They want to, might be in their interests to stay put because that throw is bulleted in. 11 runs from the Eccleston over. She finishes with 1 for 44. The Falcons with 2 to go, a 163 for 2. That is the third most expensive spell in the tournament, Sophie Eccleston. Considering she came into this semi-final with 13 wickets at 4.76, an economy rate of 3.68. That strategically was crucial. And last time she played a semi-final, she took a 6 for that World Cup where White made a ton. She's picked their moment here, Danny White. Missed the first game through illness. Led the Falcons in a couple of wins. Up and over. Good batting from Cat, giving the strike straight back to Wyatt. Would be in a good position to march towards a ton. Oh, we're seeing it again. Oh! He knows. Just trying to do the right thing. Making room. Carey follows it. It's experience.
Carey's lost over. 27 are her figures so far.
And Carey needs to do that because what White's trying to do there is open up the offside, as she's done a few times today. No deep point back. Cap's turn. Sneaks through. I suspect they'll be happy with one. No, they want a second. Okay. Cap to the danger end. Gets through. My thinking there being easy that White on strike for as many of these balls as possible can only be a good thing for the Falcons, but Cap keeps the strike. Can't beat backward point. Well bowled again by Carey, mindful of the fact there is no sweeper at point or cover. It gets through that gap. They're in strife. But just 5 runs from the over so far.
Well, they certainly rather bowl at Cap out there. A little bit rusty, hasn't played for a while. It's the first time she's played in this tournament, having been crook and sitting on the bench.
Wyatt goes out through mid-wicket and is taken. Sophia Dunkley, her England teammate, takes the catch. And Wyatt's hand of 83 comes to an end at the end of the 19th over. Carey gets a second wicket. But that was really well bowled again, squeezing Wyatt, following her with a full delivery. Tries to take it on. And for the first time today, the execution wasn't spot on, is he, Duncan?
Yeah, the old-timer, dependable seam work there of Carey does the trick. She's out wide, 83. She scored off 48. We look at that strike rate as well, 172. She's done the damage, and the score 168 for 3.
One over to go. Kitrasatish gets off the mark first ball. She's turned 18 during the tournament. A couple of starts, including 20 against the Spirit. She was one of Miyagi's 4 wickets in that memorable fixture. She walks to the crease with it over to go because Danny Wyatt was squeezed up. They set the trap, and by that I mean they had the fielders there for that very shot. Didn't let her access the offside throughout that penultimate over. Nick Carey earned that. But Wyatt, fabulous. 83 from 48. As is that way Ayobonga, setting it wide. Normally she's bowling with Marizan Cap. This time bowling to it.
Tita Satish is the new batsman out there. Her parents were here the other day, very, very proud to have their daughter playing in this from the UAE.
Might look for two here. Satish to the danger end. I'll go upstairs for a look. Didn't slide the bat, tapped it in from our vantage point, so it'll be close. It's the right thing to do, getting Cap back on strike. Looking to tap it over the line, just gets back. The lunge saves her.
If she wants to stay out there, she needs the experience. She took up cricket only 2 years ago. She's an absolute natural. Born to play cricket. Tita Satish.
Yeah, she'll be leading that UAE team to the Under-19s World Cup in South Africa next year. Great experience of playing with people like Susie Bates, Danny Wyatt, Shamari Atapatu, who've all led their country. Ooh, close. Yep. Across their stumps, Marizan Cap trying to find leg inside the circle. So Cap falls for 9. See there, it made sense, given fine legs inside the circle. Got across nice and early, but yes, easy decision.
Yeah, just trying to find the gaps here and manufacture runs, as you would at this stage. The foundation has been set by the openers with that 132-run partnership. Out for 9, and the score 171 for 4.
Two balls to come. Marika Hill walking in. Squeezes through cover. The call's 2 again. Satish close. It'll be the same process we went through 2 balls ago, although I reckon that time she's gone. Did the right thing by going. Better throw to Kaka. Yeah, that's out. So a flurry of wickets. Satish walking off. Bit of confusion there. I'm not entirely sure that Marika Hill knew that there was any drama to worry about, but it is Satish gone for 1 from 1 ball. Run out by Sophie Eccleston, the Falcons. 1 delivery to come in their innings. They're 172 for 5. Straight into it. Last ball of the innings. Marika Hill tries to go over the top of the keeper's head. Doesn't make contact. And that will be that. The Falcons finish their innings on 172 for 5. Just 4 runs coming from the last over. Well bowled Ayobonga Kaka. 1 for 27 from her 4. It's the 3rd highest total of the tournament, behind the 2 made on opening night, one of those by the Falcons. But they'll go to the innings break. Izzy Duncan, feeling pretty good about themselves after that wonderful standard 132 for the first wicket. Half centuries for Wyatt and Atapatu at a decent clip. Late wickets to slow them down a fraction, but they're in a great position.
Look at that. Yep, the foundation's laid. Yeah, wickets spread around. And the best figures there, 2 for 30 by Carey with her dependable seam up at the right moments. 1 for Kaka, and Eccleston expensive in the end, uncharacteristically so at 11 and over.
So it's all gone right for the Falcons so far, winning the toss, batting and setting the Spirit, who finished top of the table, 173 to make it through to the final. We'll take a break. When we return, the Spirit's response.
Welcome back to semi-final one of the Fairbreak International. Spirit against the Falcons, and the Falcons have taken the first shot, winning the toss, selecting to bat first. They posted the third highest score of the tournament, 172 on the board, thanks to Danny Wyatt and Chamari Atapatu, a fabulous partnership between those two, before the Spirit pulling things back towards the end. Just 40 runs coming off the last 5 overs. At one stage they were looking on course for 200. Well, the wickets were shared around Ayabonga Kaka with one. Sophie Eccleston, her most expensive figures this tournament, going for 44 from her 4 overs. Nicola Carey with a couple of crucial wickets. But all in all, fairly expensive, apart from Buchatam for a couple of overs. Chamari Atapatu, Danny Wyatt, two experienced campaigners. They got out the blocks quickly. After the first 6 overs, there were 51 on the board. Playing with the bowlers, with a few loose deliveries to take care of. Chamari Atapatu got going in style. Plenty of 6s along with the 4s. Now the most 6s in the tournament for the Sri Lankan opener. A couple of missed opportunities. The Chaya coming into the attack. This was a particularly disappointing over for the Spirit. A couple of drop catches with Wyatt on 28. Chamari Atapatu was on 35 with her drop catch, and then she kept going. Took advantage of the situation, picking up another 50. After opening the tournament with a fabulous century, Danny Wyatt was on course for a century as well. Playing particularly well through the offside. Lovely shots into out. Made it hard work for the Spirit bowlers. Both of the openers reaching 50 in style. They're big game players. They love playing the big matches. And they've set their team up with a great total, 172. Particularly brutal against Sophie Eccleston. Well, she just slowed things up. And a comfortable catch for Bryce behind the stumps. Susie Bates was using her improvisation early on. Then Nicola Carey with a full straight one to remove the Falcons captain. Danny Wyatt continued on her merry way. Swatting the ball to all paths before finding the hands of Sophia Dunkley at the end. A wicket from Ayabonga Kaka, looking to bowl full and straight at the death. And as I mentioned, just 40 coming off the last 5 overs, so the Spirit bringing things back a touch. A couple of dismissals. So Spirit needing 173 runs to win in this first semi-final. Sana Mir alongside. Sana, what have you made of this game so far? And what do you think the message will be in that huddle?
I think definitely the Spirits were in front for most of the 20 overs, but the momentum shifted slightly in the last few overs. As you said, only 40 of the last 5. Just 9 of the last 2 overs. Nicola Carey, Ayabonga Kaka bringing the team back with 3 wickets. But these 2 openers have really set a good score for their team. Runs on the board in semi-final, always really good.
Sarah Bryce will be opening the batting for the Spirit alongside Jeans. Track rate of over 100. Just 22 years of age. She's been opening all tournament for the Spirit. They tend to do things differently to the Falcons, who get out the blocks quickly generally. These two like to give themselves a bit of time. 26 years old. Let the gun chunt them. And someone you know pretty well, Sana. She scored a 50 in the T20 World Cup against Pakistan.
2020 World Cup in Australia, she got a really good 50. Thailand won 50 for 3, but then rain came and there was no result of the game. Anju Gurand has been really good from Bhutan for Falcons.
Not able to get off the mark. Nara Alam representing Bangladesh in position.
Both these openers had the best of 61 against Warriors, and that's something they would be looking at today for the semi-final.
Shot pierces the gap. Lovely classical drive. Sarah Bryce and the Spirit off the mark.
Gurung has been really good with her line and length in this tournament. This time a bit full and wide, and Sarah Bryce on it really quickly. Good position there, good balance.
Yeah, she's searching for that in-swing, isn't she? Just a little bit of width on offer. She climbed into that one, Bryce. A score of 39 coming the last game against the Tornadoes. This time a bit tighter to the stumps, and they're able to get through for a single.
And a lot you can see about Susie Bates' leadership. She has got Jahan Alam in her bowling, Merazan Cap there, but she's giving the opportunity to Gurung in this semi-final from day one to till here, and that's why I keep saying the original fair breaker. She understands the concept really well and has been a great leader so far.
Nicely bowled again. Most successful bowler for Bhutan. Gurung with the 10 wickets. Fantastic economy. 4.45 in T20 internationals.
She was in Thailand to prepare for this event, and now she's bowling with the Thailand player as well.
Misfield. Another single taken.
That's her tournament so far. 6 matches, 1 wicket, 6.56 economy.
Mightily close to that outside edge. Fairly even over. 6 no loss after 1. Yeah, a bit of wobble. Hits that seam. A bit of grass coverage. Played a lot of boys cricket. Played with the men a lot. Gurung to get that experience and challenge herself out of her comfort zone. Well, it's first look at one of the best bowlers in the world. Merazan Cap is ready to play here in the semi-final for the Falcons. Number 6 in the ODI rankings, but Sana, you've seen plenty of cups over the years.
I've been on the receiving end a lot, Isha. I'll have to say that. And she's a very different person off the field, like her counterpart Shabnam Ismail as well. I've had the honor of playing with her this time.
Right on the money. First ball. You can always count on her.
A very fierce competitor on the field. Both Merazan Cap, Shabnam Ismail from South Africa, and as fierce as they are on the field, as lovely they are off the field. It's amazing to be able to share the field and the dressing room with both of them. I was able to play alongside her in World 11, Merazan Cap and Shabnam Ismail in this tournament. It has been a privilege.
A little bit of curve on that ball. Nice bit of a wave shape. And then sent back. Could think about the two, but Alam was too quick.
That's a bit of the shape there, going away from the right-hander.
What have you enjoyed about this tournament the most, Sana?
Everything about it. I think just sharing the field with people like Shabnam Ismail, someone of her caliber. I've faced her a lot, but just standing next to her, that was brilliant. When she's bowling, like going through the defenses of some of the top players in the world, so Sophie Devine, Danny White, it's a different scene when you're on mid-off watching her. And then just being able to see the growth of Bibeth, for example, from Netherlands. So this whole experience of being able to share your knowledge with associate players, learning from them, and then the top players in the world.
Surely this is what you enjoyed the most. Rolling back the years.
After bowling 3 full tosses in the first over, yes, I did enjoy that.
There you go, you have no time for improvisation like that. On the stumps, you hit, they miss.
There was a time when I would rate a bad day in bowling when I would bowl 3 full tosses in 10 overs. The first match, 3 full tosses in 1 over. So of course after that I really enjoyed that.
Golden arm.
Madison Cap, a thorough professional. She has been out of the tournament. She was not feeling well and comes back into the tournament in one of the most important matches for the team and right on the money. Just 1 run of the first 5 deliveries.
Nicely played. That's all she can do though. It's a gentle push for 1. So 2 from the over, a successful 1 from Marizanne Kapp, setting the tone, 8 for no loss. Plenty of batting to come for Spirit. Dunkley, Maroof, Nicola Carey. Which should come next, and then Sophie Eccleston down at 7 at the moment, but she's provided some useful runs at a good strike rate this tournament. They kind of do things differently to the Falcons, who like to load up in the front. Tip-ock in.
Yes, the Spirit, most of their runs have come from the middle order, unlike the Falcons who rely on their top order more. And Nicola Carey, the captain, has been really good. Tip-ock, she has been good with the new ball as well. Against us, she got rid of Grace Harris.
Good bit of fielding, Marizanne Kapp.
And what she does well is not give anything to play on the front foot. At the moment, a bit short, she would want to go a bit fuller, but well supported in the field.
It's a method that's really worked for the Falcons though, and you think they just won the first 2 matches and were able to qualify on the basis that they picked up the bonus points because they front loaded and they were able to score quickly in the first 10, where of course you can pick up a bonus point.
And with the bowling, they have been relying on the associate members most from other teams as when you compare with the new ball. And what that does is takes away the pace from the batters. So in that respect, I think Suzie Bates has been really intelligent with her use of bowling.
Someone that has plenty of experience, captain of Thailand for 14 years. Thanaran Tip-ock. That's some achievement.
She has been brilliant, and she has been a great learner of the game.
Advances, and Bryce gets another boundary on the attack for the final ball. Some pressure building, lots of dots and ones. Well, that's just been relieved with that 4. 14 for no loss.
Very good use of the feet there. Awareness of the field, mid-off was up. Perfect shot to play to the off-spinner with the new ball. 4 runs for Sarah Bryce.
A wry smile for Tip-ock. Marizanne Kapp, just 2 from her first. Here she comes again. She's not going to offer any sort of width. She's got a 2-fielders set back at fine leg and third. And protection all around. Front of the batter. Stars of the future. Watching some incredible women on show, doing what they can for their respective countries. Just giving himself a bit of room, but not able to penetrate.
The good thing about Chatham is when she wants to hit hard, she still keeps the shape. And that's why she has been successful so far whenever she has got the opportunity. She doesn't like to overhit the ball on most occasions.
Keeping things at bay at the moment. You just sense that something's building here.
Absolutely. The first 3 over for the Falcons, they were 23 for none. So at some point, Spirit's opener will come under pressure.
So bringing an extra player across to the offside. Is this going to be slightly wider of the off stump? Statsman's trying to get into you as well. Mazza is bringing up the fact that Marizanne Kapp is the only player in the world with a century in 5-wicket haul. Five wickets haul? A 5-wicket haul in the World Cup. And that century came against Pakistan when you were playing, Sana.
Yeah, Mazza is really good with stats like that when I'm in commentary. Yes, Marizanne Kapp has been a brilliant all-rounder, and I think that was one of her first centuries. And she really played a good knock because we got the top order back in the dugout pretty early. But then she stuck in and won the match for South Africa.
Well, plenty on that one, but again not able to get it through the infield. So 15 for no loss after 4. "35 countries being represented at the Fairbreak Invitational. Going out to over 140 countries. And it's been a bit of a limp start for the Spirit.
Yeah, 15 for none, while Falcons were 32 for none at this stage.
Spirit is low at the moment as the Falcons were flying high in the first 6, 51 for no loss, and a couple more overs of power play. Spirit are only on 15.
And we have seen that pretty often. Spirit's not using the power play too much, but then in the middle, and there might be a chance there, but safe. But in the middle, they come with the acceleration. But this time, the required run rate almost reaching the 10s now. On the leg side this time, was a chance if there was direct hit.
Yeah, throwing off balance, and she might have had a little bit more time than she thought. Could have set herself a bit more to throw down the stumps. Well, we're seeing some nice stroke play, but not able to find the gap, and that frustration building up.
And that's where Falcons have been really intelligent, I think. taking the pace away from the batters in the power play in all their matches.
Lovely action. Like the way she runs in and bowls fairly compact sort of action. Anju Gurung, and sets herself up to shape the ball back into the right-hander.
And her consistency and control has been really good.
Lovely length. Well taken as well.
Yeah, Nana Pat has been really good behind the stumps for the Falcons. Just look at that, the action you were talking about, Isha.
Yeah, gets slightly side on in her delivery. Allows that ball to come around and that curve. As that's played away, a bit of width on offer. And Bryce has carved into that one, a much needed boundary for the Spirit.
Good quick hands from Sarah Bryce. There was a bit of width on offer. Just use the hands, open the face of the bat a little bit because there was no fielder back on the offside.
Just going back to that action though, it's nice and whippy. She gets up on her toes and that almost allows that left arm to come through. As that's out, Chamari Atapattu diving forwards, and a wonderful moment for Anju Gurung in this semi-final, the first of the day. Keeping that pressure on, and finally it told.
I mean, talking about the action and little bit pace off this one, and just look at that, no problems there for Atapattu. She's a brilliant fielder, easy one for her, and Gurung gets another wicket, her second of the tournament. Look what it means for her. He has delivered for the team in the semi-final.
Nice little celebration for the Falcons. Bryce goes for 16, 23 for 1.
And that wicket brings in Dunkley and brings in 4 runs. Lovely shot. Jeans, lovely shot through point, splitting the gap. I've got a change in commentary. I'm Mark Farmer. I'm here with Georgie Heath.
Hello to you, Mark. Yeah, Jean, she's been such good form this tournament, and she's just carrying it on past the flying Atapattu there. She just can't avoid the action today, Chamari Atapattu. Seems disappointed with herself. Looks quite far away from her. Good diving effort there. And Johannara Alam bowling here. Spoke to her down pitch side earlier. She's loving being here and representing Bangladesh at this Fairbreak Invitational.
Face off and a dot ball. Johannara being quite expensive this tournament as we have a look back at this wicket. Very easy catch in the end. Just takes the outside half. What a wicket. Great celebration, just seeing that joy on the face of Anju Gurung. It's been a common sight throughout the tournament. Nicely adjusted, but lovely shots. Chantham, another 4. Second of the over.
A wry smile from Johannara Alam. Jeans just makes room for herself there. Cracks it through the covers. She's been in such great form. She looks a bit off balance, but perhaps a misfield, perhaps a dive. Gone sort of knees first with that fielding there, Tirtha. Oh, there's a side eye there if ever I've seen one.
Wide of the crease, bowling round the wicket. Huge angle, bit of a change up there.
So that wicket for Andrew Gurung was her second in the tournament, and they've both come against Spirit. The first is Sophia Dunkley in their group game. And yeah, representing Bhutan, she's just absolutely reveling in her experience here. She's loving every minute.
Yeah, you've seen a few sort of comments from her. She's absolutely loving the experience and the exposure to play with all of these cricketers, in particular Susie Bates. Round the wicket again and crushed straight down the ground by Chantham. Another 4, the third of the over. Great bit of batting.
Straight back, over her head, wound up on that one. Jeans, when you're in this good nick, just everything she seems to touch doesn't quite turn to denim, turns to gold at the moment.
The flair and that finish in the shot, a little bit like a Dhoni-esque whip.
Please tell me you just said flair about Jeans.
And that ends an expensive over 12 off it. Power play done, Spirit 35 for 1.
So this is the power play. This is when Sarah Bryce and Jean looked like they were just starting to motor a bit, but hand came off straight to Chamiri Atapattu, not putting that down. There's the Falcon flutter from Andrew Gurung. And then an expensive over from Jahanara Alam. Next to the flying blade of Jeans.
That's the end of the power play. The Spirit, nice little finish, 12. Gone off the 6th over, which was a nice little injection into their chase. Run rate up to 5.8 and required shade under 10. We see Gurung coming in for a 3rd over. Lovely ball, lovely shape there, just classic left arm in swing.
With those iconic blue shoes of Andrew Gurung, the Bhutanese player here. Lovely.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. Looking at the seam presentation and the shape coming through. Look at those boots.
He's also known as Elvis in these boots. I don't know about you, Mark, but they sort of give me the swimming pool vibes. You know, at school when they made you wear the blue covers over your shoes when you went to the pool. But she's rocking them better than I ever did.
I'm sorry, I can't relate. I don't know that we had that in New Zealand. Jeans giving yourself room, looking to hit through that offside. Unable to do it.
They're racking up the dots in this inning, so 23 at the moment. But yeah, Jahanara Alam, change of footwear for her today. Normally wears 2 different colours, gone all white today.
Down the wicket, nice shot, but it's just going to be the one down to Mariko Hill from Hong Kong.
I've loved seeing Andrew Gurung perform in this tournament, also because I just really appreciate seeing that Bhutanese flag as well. It's not one you see that much, and I feel like my world flags have improved so much throughout this tournament. We're all learning cricket, we're learning flags, and we're discovering hidden talent.
Dunkley down the wicket. Bumps, it's dropped, it's 4. Danny Wyatt. Wow, he had a bit of work to do. Saw drops in the first innings and they were costly. As we have another look at this. Toe of the bat. got a lot of hand on it and not enough. Not sure. Clapping the effort, but doesn't stop Dunkley. This time she's down the wicket again. It's just going to be the one run.
Dunkley's definitely got bragging rights today, but the Spirit are now 42 for 1 after 7 overs. Just looking at that drop again there, Danny White's tried to go a second time, but bragging rights definitely for Sophia Dunkley, who did bring about the end of Danny Wyatt earlier. Head in hand situation for the Falcons vice-captain. The mint is switched on and the Fairbreak Effect NFT drop is officially here. The owners of the NFTs gain a membership with exclusive access to players, competitions, giveaways and future events. So, head to fairbreakeffect.com for more or scan the QR code now.
As we have a look at the Sapphires, Sapphires team management looking on, having not booked themselves a place in the semis. Struck down the ground by Dunkley, 4 runs. She's not here to mess around. Great shot. Boundary early in the over. First ball, something coaches like to see. Jahanara, inexpensive this tournament. Going over 8 and over usually leading into this match, and currently going to over 13, so just 3 dots from her 7 balls bowled. This time in the offside. They're going to come back for 2. We don't see it much, and they get back comfortably.
It wasn't the best of throws there. We've seen a lot of direct hits in this tournament, but that just fell short and has easily made her ground there. Sophia Dunkley's racing along, 12 from 5 at the moment. There's Tirtha Satish with the fielding.
There's another go this time. Weidman on, 4 more. She's turned up and she's being up for finals cricket.
Yeah, rubbing salt in the wounds of that dropped catch there, Sophia Dunkley, isn't she? Jahanara perhaps missed her length slightly. Sophia Dunkley just stand and deliver there.
Sophia Dunkley leading into this match, striking at close to 140 across her previous innings. Showed her capability, scoring 51 off 30 earlier in the tournament, and we see her England teammate who dropped her earlier. Wonder if he got a shot of it.
I wonder what that says. I'd like to see them get it up properly. Some kind of Wordle.
You can't turn up with a banner and not expect the camera to pan to you, can you? Around the wicket again. Not a wide. Very interesting, Jahanara coming very, very wide on the crease. We have a look at the people that have made their way in to watch the game today. Hello. Tournament Director Venkat. Goes again, but just the 1 run.
So looking at that Spirit score, 53 for 1 at the moment, where Falcons were 62 for none after what seemed a really flying start there. And they were curtailed somewhat at the end of their innings, so the Wiggly Worms will be pretty even at this point.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the Spirit have been consistently probably one of the worst teams in the power play, but one of the best at the back end of the innings. So Interesting to see how the innings progresses. That's the end of the 8th over. Spirit 53 for 1.
Yeah, you can see on your screen your wiggly worms there. Not too dissimilar at this stage, but you can see that acceleration towards the end, but also the wickets that fell. So Falcons looking to grab a worm for their dinner, perhaps.
Yeah, the worm's not looking too wiggly, actually, but there's a bit of separation. This partnership moving along, 30 off 18. That injection of pace coming from Dunkley, as we see a bowling change. Chamari ANTI-PIRACY coming in. Tough, short, and just pulled away to the sweeper for 1. ANTI-PIRACY been going along at just under 7s for all her overs leading into the finals. Oh, and more for her batting throughout this tournament, which has been absolutely phenomenal, as it was earlier today. Certainly grateful for being dropped on 39, I think it was, and they punished the Spirit. Oh, might have been an outside edge there, not taken by her Thai teammate. Look. Yeah, I think that was almost stuck in the webbing.
Give up!
And her teammate, Nanapet Charonkai, who played a lot of cricket together. She's looking after her teammate there. Two from the first ball, first 4 balls of this over. Dunkley's going to have to do the heavy lifting, I think. Quiet run rate now up to almost 10.5.
It's been economical, this from ANTI-PIRACY. Just one to come. Only 3 from the over so far, putting the brakes on the Spirit a bit.
And they're going to collect 1 off the misfield to end the over, the 9th over. The Spirit now 57 for 1. SDG Fairbreak Invitational being streamed all around the world. Great to have people joining us in every corner of the globe. And it's good that we have that too, because we've got players from all around the globe. It's been absolutely phenomenal to have such a diverse mix of talent here. PTV Sports in Pakistan, Sky Sport in New Zealand, a bit late for them to be up watching at the moment, I think. No doubt we'll have people all around the world watching, especially from some of these lesser known cricket nations. No doubt there's a big fan club of Andrew Garang in Bhutan watching. Thailand to Thailand, and it squeezes through the offside field. Maybe they're going to come back for 2. Tip off the experienced right arm off spinner. Bowling to her teammate, Jeans. Comes down the leg side. There could be a chance for non-strike. Yes, no, there's not. Guided by the umpire. And it gets...
It's been a real day of swings and roundabouts on this today, but that's just a wide. We've gone a bit stricter. That looks very strict on the wide there today, but yeah, swings and roundabouts. Spirit and Falcons just can't quite decide who's on top at any point.
Short, great footwork for Dunkley, but not able to pierce the offside field with everybody in the ring, with the exception of Long Off. And there's the man that's been looking after all the umpires, officials, Simon Telfel, the man himself. Oh, it's dropped. A grimace from Tipok. Sophia Dunkley lives to fight another day.
Yeah, Tipok, she was ready. She was on her follow through there, and it's just gone through the fingers of the Thai bowler.
Yeah, PL, but pretty optimistic, I think. And we see another direct hit for Jeff Lawson, who's absolutely loving the shies at the stumps that we've seen. Many run-outs throughout the tournament. No wicket fall on that occasion.
Yeah, these two racing along quite nicely here together. Partnership of 40 from just 28. And they have got batting to come, this Spirit side as well. Just wonder what they'll do with their batting lineup, depending on a wicket may fall.
Yeah, it's a good point, Georgie. I mean, Nicola Carey has been in some phenomenal form, striking at 176 going into this match. So if she's able to get her set and get going, we could be in for an interesting last 10 overs.
Not forgetting the fireworks of Sophie Eccleston lower down the order.
Big swing to the leg side, and it's gone. Big six. Great shot. That ends the 10th over. The team is absolutely over the moon. The Spirit's 70 for 1 after 10, and it's time for a drink. Very pleased, captain.
Welcome back to semi-final number 1 of the SDG Fairbreak Invitational. Well, we've got a real contest in our hands as the Spirit are 70 for 1, chasing 172, and they've put on a useful partnership here. between Chatham and Dunkley. It's been without its events though. Sanami with me, she's been watching the action. I thought the Spirit might have been out of it after they bowled, but they're back in it.
Just like in all other games, they come back in the middle overs. The power play may not go for a lot of runs, but in the batting, their middle overs, they have been capitalizing. And Chatham, ever since Sophia Dunkley has come and made those 22 of 14, she has been brilliant. In the last 17 deliveries, she has made 23 runs. Before that, 5 runs of 13 deliveries.
And again, goes powerfully down the ground. I'm surprised with Jeans Chatham's power. You really can time the ball and hit it hard. Not necessarily a 6 hitter, but a very powerful hitter who keeps it on the ground a great deal. He sweeps Atapatu around the wicket at this stage, trying to spear it into leg stump and not give Dunkley the chance to really get under the ball. 100 off 57 required, so a bit of work to be done. This picks the gap. I think it might be 4. It is. Jeans Chatham, she's on the march.
In this whole tournament, whenever we have seen her innings, she changes the gears really well. She was slow off to start with, but now putting pressure. The second delivery she faces in this over. Excellent batting, great timing away from Susie Bates. No chance there.
And again goes square this time. She's got some shots down the ground. She sweeps, hits it hard through point. And certainly a player who's blossomed throughout this tournament. Dunkley keeps it on the ground. There's a sweeper out there. Danny Wyatt, they just get a single. 11 gone, 79 for 1.
This partnership looking really good for Spirits. 56 of 36 deliveries. And Nicola Carey, who has been the best player with the bat for them, is still yet to come.
That's a lovely Claudia Lang, head of digital media for Fairbreak. He's probably just learning about cricket, knowing Claudia. Well, Claudia's become a big deal at Fairbreak, and the lady about to bowl, she's a seriously big deal in the world of cricket.
And Maris and Cap is back in the attack because they need to break the partnership. The Falcons.
Just 3 runs off Marizan's first 2 overs. In her first match of the tournament. A great time to come back, and a great time because the Falcons had needed her against the informed Spirit.
Absolutely. She will be the biggest threat for the Spirits in this bowling attack, the most experienced bowler. And her work ethics, her professionalism is top class.
Anthem charges. Benji charging Marizan Cap.
Her intentions have been really clear. Chatham, ever since Dunkley has come onto the crease, she has played her part, but Chatham has been the aggressor in this partnership. 29 of 21 deliveries. That's the contribution in this 57-run partnership.
That one's on line, but Chatham's up to the challenge. High risk, high reward.
Marizan Cap would not be happy with this delivery. She knew the fine leg was up, dragged it back a little bit and all Chantham had to do was put some bat on the ball, and that's exactly what she did.
Just about unplayable.
That's a good delivery. She's got the third and the point in the circle, and that's where Chantham was wanting it to go. She wanted to play a cut shot. Madison Cap brings the ball in. That can create that gap between bat and pad. There's a change of fields. Square goes back, mid-off. Long on comes to mid-off.
Well, there's some extra protection on the leg side, just as well.
Six off this over so far, and Spirit would be looking for a boundary and Falcons would be looking for a wicket. We've got the Barmy Army here. We'll be playing the next semi-final.
And not looking particularly stressed out, are they? A relaxed group. Duckley goes hard, leg side. They change the field, but a fielder inside the circle. Duckley picks the gap. Good close to the over for the Spirit. They're 89 for 1.
Excellent shot from Sophia Dunkley. They needed a boundary on this occasion. There were two fielders on the leg side, deep square leg and long on, but she chooses the mid-wicket region. And just look at that. Excellent batting. 10 of this over. They know they are back into this run chase.
Leandra Dotton is looking about as cool as you could possibly imagine.
That's the look always on Leandra Dotton's face. Barmy Army versus Tornadoes, the second semi-final of SDG Fairbreak Invitational. And some challenges for Susie Bates now. Who she bowls, who will bowl at the end. Spirit is really showing a lot of spirit in this game.
Andrew Gurong from Bhutan is on for her fourth and final over. Been going for about sevens, so she's under the rate required by the Spirit. What a find she's been in this tournament.
And she has been utilised really well by Susie Bates up in the power play. She's got 1 over from Cap, 2 from Tipok, 2 from Jahan Ara. Jahan Ara will have to stand up here.
That one's on the money. If you miss that, it's hitting the bottom and middle. Difficult to get that away for more than a single.
And that's what Gurang has done so well throughout this tournament. She has caused problems for a lot of batters. She might not have taken a lot of wickets, but her economy has been really good.
That one almost sneaks through, but well played by Jeans Chant. A good chase from ANTI-PIRACY. Partnership up to 70 now of 45 deliveries.
Tucked away onto the leg side, played really fine, made sure she avoided ANTI-PIRACY at 45 there. ANTI-PIRACY doing well to keep it to 2 runs.
This time it's straight down the ground, Hill under run. That could be the catch that wins this match.
Mariko Hill from Hong Kong. She has been a brilliant all-rounder for Hong Kong. haven't been using the ball with the ball yet, but just look at this catch. Gurang again taking the pace off. Chantham trying to go take it down the ground, and just look at that, how much ground she covers. An excellent take. Make sure she stays inside the boundary. Very fit. Mariko Hills gets the wicket for her team.
Oh, extraordinary catch. Spirit lose their top scorer, 93 for 2. Goring has a 2, and as a result, that wicket, Bismar Maroof comes to the crease. Let's just have a look at this catch.
Brilliant catch, covered a lot of ground, Mariko Hill, and managed to stay in. He has played a very good knock, Chantham. Bismar Maroof has been sent in next. Nick and Eccleston both have been striking the ball really well. Bismar will have to also make sure that the run rate remains in check.
Andrew keeps her honest off the last ball of the 13th over. The Spirit 94 for 2.
A very good spell from Gurang, just 26 of the 4 overs and 2 important wickets for the team. She has have a brilliant tournament so far.
Welcome back to the semi-final. Bismar Maroof has just come into bat, and that's her NFT drop. The mint is switched on, and the Fairbreak Effect NFT drop is officially here. The owners of the NFTs gain a membership with exclusive access to players, competition, giveaways and future events. Head to World Wide Web, fairbreakeffect.com for more. Gudrun Shukla from Sweden with her little left arm sliding sneakers. If she gets the length right, she can be hard to get away as well. If she gets the length a little too short, it might give both of these batters a chance to hit her over the top.
And it seems like Susie Bates is going to keep the pace off. She has not used Mariko Hill so far, and bringing on another spinner against these two batters. These two batters are really good against spin. Bismar Maroof as well. But Susie Bates going with the off-pace option.
Well, that's going to be close. It's given out. What a big, big wicket. Tempted sweep. Certainly wasn't going over. Oh, what a breakthrough for the Swede.
And the strategy to keep the pace off is working for the Falcons.
Okay, we'll have another look at this one. Maroof across the crease a long way. Not sure if there's a bit of bat in that one.
Seems like there is a bit of bat, but at the end, whatever the umpire decides, Bismar has to walk back for not. Spirit 95 for 3.
Bismar Maroof, LBW and Shukla. But a player very much in form comes in, Nick Carey. Let's have a look at this. Line's good. God, I think there's a bit of willow stuck in that piece of leather. And that's the way the game goes. Dunkley charges, no run.
And the required run rate now 12.16. So every dot ball is going to put a lot of pressure on Spirit.
Get pulled up, Susie Bates. Interesting, the captain's chosen to be an outfielder instead of being in the circle. You don't often see that.
She has been running from long off to long off. A lot of commitment being shown from Susie Bates. She wants the best fielders on the boundary.
He picks up a single of a very successful over. Gudrun Shukla from Sweden gets a very, very large wicket of Bismar Maroof, the Spirit, a 98 for 3.
.75 required of 36 deliveries, and these two, Sophia Dunkley and Nicola Carey, will be the key for Spirit to chase this one. Both these batters have had a great strike rate in this tournament. Eccleston also can bat.
Three wickets, 2 to Bhutan, 1 to Sweden in this semi-final. Don't often say something like that. I'm very pleased to have said it. Some work to be done, 75 by 36, but these two at the wicket are capable. Really just checks on the field. Deep cover, comes a bit straighter, long off, long on, very straight. Long off a bit square, long on straight. Might need another one inside the circle. Susie. So the deep backward square does come up. Give the umpire a bit of company. Patu strikes. Carey, the skipper, the very, very strong strike rate has gone. 98 for 4.
Is that the match? Has ANTI-PIRACY got the match for the Falcons? What a ball. An arm ball to the left-hander. This is what an off-spinner hopes for. ANTI-PIRACY was brilliant with the bat, now brilliant with the ball.
And the Falcons are flying. This could be a boil-over in this semi-final. The captain has to depart. The Spirit, a 98 for 4. Sophie Eccleston, the new batter. They'll have a bit of right and left-handed combination. As just chops one away off the stump. She's had a couple of nice little cameos so far in the tournament, Sophie.
She can definitely bat. That's why she's here. ANTI-PIRACY using that arm ball really well. Nicola Carey was in her early part of the innings, went back to the ball which she should have played on the front foot, and really disappointed.
He picks the gap here. There might come to two, though. Marika Hill's got a very good arm. You don't take that on. Was there in a hurry. Now, you seem particularly pleased here, Sana. Yeah, love it when spinners don't spin the ball and get a wicket.
absolutely. The use of the arm ball, the variation as an off spinner to the left-hander, and a wicket like her, Nicola Carey.
Little top edge, but that will get over the keeper's head. In fact, that's raced away. A bit of top spin on him when you hit those sweeps.
ANTI-PIRACY is generally a quick off spinner. He has a lot of pace on the ball, and that pace was a top edge. And Shukla tried to chase that one, but it was a thick top edge, a lot of pace on the ball, and the outfield is quite fast.
That was quicker, that was flatter, hard to get under those. Wily customer, Jamari. .68 off 31. Run rate just sneaking away from the Spirit at the moment. They settle for one. Susie Bates tidies up. 15 gone. The Spirit are 106 for 4.
.67 from the final 30 balls of this semi-final needed for the Spirit. They're not out of it. They have finished in barnstorming fashion on a couple of occasions. You get the sense that Dunkley will need to do the majority of that work. Against Shukla, she'll need to make the pace as well. Adam Collins picking up commentary with Izzy Duncan. We've seen the Spirit when batting first, having Carey, then Eccleston, the 1-2 punch. Well, Carey's gone for nothing. So now it's going to have to be Dunkley with Eccleston a long way from the finish line.
That's right, and there's real scoreboard pressure here as well. It was a slow start for the Spirit. It was too slow, only scoring 35 off that power play. And Chatham not really getting going.
They collected 58 runs in their final 5 overs against the Tornadoes and 32 runs in their final 2 overs against the Warriors. Now, granted, that was batting first with the foundation laid, but they do have that extra gear. 40 from the last 3 against Sapphires. Dunkley using her feet up and over the top all the way. Sophia Dunkley, she's a good cricketer. She's a resourceful cricketer and she can give it a whack. She moves into the 40s with her first 6.
Yeah, she's busy here. Look at this. Dancing feet up the wicket, gives it a mighty blow. She's enterprising.
Shukla's been dangerous with pace off through the tournament. Dunkley using her feet again, but long off's back, so just for 1. How they'll set this up. Gurung's bowled out her 4, 1 from Marizan Kat. She's been frugal as ever. Watching the 6 back here, nice elevation. That gap's still there at cow corner. Eccleston repeats the dose from the full toss, single, easy one to Bates.
It's going for that angle here. Shukla coming wide of the crease with her left arm and trying to cramp up Dunkley.
Catches up with it, does well to catch up with it. That was a long way down leg. Doesn't quite go the full journey though. Back for a couple, so 12 runs coming from that over. 55 from the last 4 required. The Spirit 118 for 4. So looking at the options that the Falcons have through the final stretch, Kat will definitely bowl the last over for her, probably over 20 if needed. Tipok's got a couple. Jahanara has been expensive, but she's got a lot of experience there. I'd expect we'll see ANTI-PIRACY again as well, the Sri Lankan off-spinner. And if they want, the left-arm Swede, Shukla, has a wicket, 1 for 16, has 2 overs to bowl.
Well, Bates has been going with pace off in these death overs. Doesn't want the ball to come onto the bat. Tipok's on, the veteran from Thailand, captain for 14 years of Thailand. She'll bowl her tweakers.
Don't mind that. Keep Cat back. And Jahanara if required. So 3 out on the leg side. Eccleston back on strike. Had all the time in the world to complete the stumping. Concharonkai. Hit a dip, beat Norlands up, just missed the leg stump. They've been let off so plenty today.
Well, we know that Eccleston is dangerous. She gives it a biff lower down the order. We've seen it before in this tournament. Here it is again, this miss-stumping. Having a great time with the gloves at the moment. Lanapat.
So Dunkley's turn. She needs to take a bowler down. Tipok changing direction to it. This time she does it. Yes. Concharonkai keeping her head. Missed a stumping earlier in the over, but that is far more important. Sliding it across was Tipok. Dunkley committed to the dance. Not in the same postcode. Fabulous work. The Falcons have 1 foot in this final.
Score is 119 for 5.
In comes the captain of the UAE. Hasn't batted in the tournament, Chai Mergel. And they still need 54 from 21. It's drifting here for the Spirit. They needed Dunkley to drive them towards the line. They're a long way from it. No, that's not out.
Yeah, this is hopeful here. Here's the wicket. That's a stumping. This time she makes sure of it, Nanapunt.
Kept her head, didn't she? Can often be away for a wicketkeeper. If you miss one stumping or miss one edge, it can become a bit infectious above the shoulders. But vast experience, Concharonkai, in recent years doing a great job for the Thailand team.
Absolutely crucial, that wicket as well of Dunkley. She was getting on with it. 45 of 30 deliveries.
Down the ground, Eccleston will keep the strike, which she needed to for the Spirit. 3 overs to go. They need 52. 1-2, 1 for 5 the score. So 2 opportunities created in the over. Here's the first, the miss-stumping. That was straightforward. Eccleston got the chance, but changing angle Tipok. A lot of stumpings between that combination. Concharonkai and Tipok in international cricket. Another one to add to the list. So the strike returns to Eccleston. And she has struck well through this tournament. Going at 144 as a strike rate here. A couple of very handy unbeaten 20 odds. And coming in at the death, but trickier equation here. She's got to keep swinging, or start swinging from now. Up against Cat. Interesting they're letting Cat bowl this over. I suppose the logic is here being that if this doesn't go for many, it's game over.
Yeah, it's big pressure here on Spirit. Look at that, 18 required, off and over. Big scoreboard pressure. Kat brings the experience, perhaps can hold back a bit. This is her first game in this tournament, having been a bit crook and sitting on the bench off games.
It's the quintessential Kat T20 performance, really, isn't it? It's that outstanding economy rate in both white ball formats. So hard to get away. Big bag of tricks. Great competitor as well. Marika Hill, an important catch. Chatham has gone for 42. At that point, you just felt the Spirit were chasing the game. Ooh, drop catch. Ends up down at fine leg. And Mergel gets a chance. Let's watch it back. Yeah. Off the splice of the bat. In and out. The ball's following Concharonchai at the moment. It has been a story of drop catches today, hasn't it, Izzy? We saw two in the first innings of the game.
Yeah, and it was Mogul that suffered in those first two catches.
Yeah, Adipatu and White put down within 4 balls of each other when the score was 63 and 68. They went on to have a 132-run partnership. Danny White put a catch down as well off Sophia Dunkley, but no concerns now. That opening pair, they were brilliant. Doesn't beat mid-on. Mariko Hill again in the game.
Looking like a good toss to win there, certainly for the Falcons.
So it's working so far here, bowling Capin over 18. Just 4 singles. Can Eccleston do something special? Can she keep the Spirit in it? Can she find count corner? Tries to. Sneaks it through the gap, but again, Hill charging around from long on. They only get a single.
Field has been set well by Susie Bates. Just finding the fielders at the moment, these two. Only 5 off this over. Wide run rate creeping up now.
Straight back over Cap's head, but only for 1. 6 singles. That worked perfectly for Susie Bates. They still need 46 from 12. It's just about game over. The Spirit 127 for 5. You see that response on the bench. They knew how important that over was. They've just about sucked the life out of this one. Big foundation. 172 for 5. The 3rd highest score in the tournament. The Spirit, their batting, good as it was in the group stages, hasn't come off today. Tipok the bowler 4th. And the story really becomes how the Falcons have held their nerve too. Losing 3 games coming into the elimination stage. It feels like a long time since they won their 2nd game against the Barmy Army about a week and a half ago. Good from Wyatt, keeping it to 1.
You know, they've cemented their place in the semi-final via bonus points as well, the Falcons. They've only won 2 matches. They piled on the bonus points, hanging by a thread at one point.
Yeah, they went from 1st to 2nd to 3rd to 4th and just held on to that final spot. By contrast, the Spirit got better and better. Lost their first game, but then won 4 on the bounce. All of those were batting first in the sun. Didn't quite go to plan today. Asked to field first, dropping those aforementioned catches in the 9th over. Mariko Hill, how often have we said it, cutting off runs? So long off drops back. Good contact, Eccleston. Clears the mid-wicket rope. Mathematically, at least, they're still in the game.
Here it is. Again, a shuffle up the wicket. Straight out the meat of the bat. All the way for the maximum. A little bit too short there from the Tivok. It's put away. Is it too little, too late?
Retains the strike, Eccleston. They'll need 6 sixes from the final over the Spirit. 137 for 5. So the next game of this double-header, the second semi-final. It'll be the Barmy Army, who finished second, up against the Tornadoes, finished in third spot. That second semi starting in an hour from now between the Barmy Army and the Tornadoes. The winner of that will earn the right to play, in all probability, the Falcons, barring a miracle here. 36 needed from the final over. He's sent down by Chamari Adipadu. Full toss. Have that. They need 6 of them. There's the first.
Yep, and Eccleston is facing. At least they manufactured that. They're still in the game here, Spirit.
I nearly said that before the final ball of the penultimate over. Worth knocking it down to mid-on and getting herself back on strike, and so she did. They're sending deep extra cover out and long off out. So there'll be just 2 fielders on the onside, which in effect means that round the wicket, ANTI-PIRACY, we're going to try and slide it across. Eccleston all the way across their stumps, making room. Everybody was across that. The plan was telegraphed somewhat.
Doing their best out here. Here she goes, way outside the off stump. Doesn't make contact though.
Hindsight, she may have just stood still and waited for the wide to be called. Anyway, not so bad. I think when we were building up the game, the Spirit by numbers were just dominant, weren't they? They had the best economy rate with the ball inside the power play, inside the death. They had the best run rate in the final 5 overs of an innings. They really did dominate some of those games through the middle stages of the tournament. That counts for nothing in a winner-takes-all semi-final. Chance to run her out. Almost at both ends. Neither come off.
Yeah, they have been the favourites. Certainly the Spirit. They've been top of the pops, top of the table for the majority of the time during this tournament. I think generally have been the favourites.
There are the Warriors, who had their win against the Barmy Army to finish off their competition. They were eliminated in final spot. Eccleston goes big towards mid-wicket again. That'll stop just before the rope, which means that with 1 ball to go, the Falcons can celebrate. And that is the game. The Falcons reaching the finals in 4th spot, limping into the final 4, get their opportunity against the team that was top of the pops in the Spirit, and they've thrashed them, winning by 25 runs here at Dubai International Cricket Stadium. A score of 172 for 5 was always going to be too much for the Spirit when they couldn't put the foot down inside the power play, leaving too much for their lower order. And the team that finished first and looked so good are out in the semis.
That wonderful foundation that was set, initially by the Falcons. Here's the Spirits card. Just a sluggish start, didn't really get going to begin with, and the scoreboard pressure just grew and grew. There was one partnership worth talking about, Chatham and Dunkley, but it just wasn't enough. And that crucial wicket of Dunkley for that 5th wicket, I think really it was curtains after that for the Spirit.
They needed Dunkley to go on with it when she was stumped by Tipock, who took 1 for 31 from her 4. It was effectively game over. Anju Gurung, 2 for 26. She's been impressive the whole way through from Bhutan. A wicket for ANTI-PIRACY, that of Nicola Carey, which again was decisive at that particular juncture, and 1 for the Swede Shukla, 1 for 16. Danny Wyatt, 83 from 48 balls. Batted wonderfully with Chamari ANTI-PIRACY, a partnership of 132 for the Falcons. And the Spirit in reply, they needed someone to reply in kind, and they couldn't. Dunkley top scoring with 45, Gurung and Tipock in the wickets, likewise Shukla. The Falcons win by 25 runs. So we'll be back shortly with the presentation after the break, pitch side with Isha Gua.
दो गेस्ट हैं यहाँ पर पहले लूजिंग कैप्टन फिर प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच लूजिंग कैप्टन प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच विनिंग कैप्टन प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच ऑरेंज वाली हैं 83
And a big congratulations to Team Falcons for winning by 25 runs. Let's go straight to Isha Gua for the post-match presentation.
Hello and welcome along to the post-match presentation of the inaugural Fairbreak Invitational, the first semi-final won by the Falcons by 25 runs. They posted 172 and were able to defend it in style. I'd like to first say thank you to the sponsors, SDG Impact Fund and Gencor. And I'd also like to invite up the losing captain, first of all, Nicola Carey. Nick, it's been such a good tournament for you girls. Where do you think you fell short in this one?
Oh, look, it has been a great ride for us. We've thoroughly enjoyed our 2 weeks here. But, yeah, I guess today, they were too good with the bat, I think. Danny and Chamari, they really took the game away from us. And I thought we created some chances there, but unfortunately we couldn't take them. And they put a really good total on the board. But, you know, I thought our girls, good effort to sort of get close, but obviously not close enough. But, yeah, it's been a great ride for us.
Did you feel you pulled things back, though? Because at one stage they were looking like they were going to get 200 plus.
Yeah, for a bit they were sort of thinking, I didn't really know how we were going to get them out, to be honest. They were batting really well, but I thought we did, once we got Chamari out, I thought we pulled them back a little bit, so obviously wickets helped with that. So, yeah, I thought we did a good job at the back end there, but, yeah, obviously not enough in the end.
And in terms of your batting, how do you think you went about the run chase? You tend to do things differently to the Falcons in that you kind of load your middle order.
Yeah, we've tended to be a bit slower at the start and then sort of come home a bit stronger. So it didn't work for us today. I thought the girls came out with a lot of intent. Jean's up the top was fantastic. Obviously, Dunks was really solid for us, as she has been all tournament. And yeah, I guess we lost a few wickets in the middle order, which didn't help in a big run chase. So yeah, full credit to them. They had a great game today.
Well, hard luck. Hopefully, we see you again next year. What's been your favourite thing about this tournament?
Oh, I don't know. It's been great, like just getting to know the girls. There's just so many different people from so many different countries. It's really cool to learn about everyone's stories and seeing everyone out there having such a good time. It's been a really enjoyable 2 weeks, to be honest. So, yeah, I'd love to come back if they'd have me.
I'm sure they will. Nick, thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Ish.
And bad luck again. Now time to welcome up the player of the match. And they will receive a smartwatch presented by Imran Mazhar. Accompanied by his wife, Dr. Mehnaz Ali, on behalf of ARN Radio. It goes to Danny Wyatt from the Falcons for a fabulous performance, 83 off 48 deliveries in a wonderful partnership with Chamari ANTI-PIRACY with 132. Hi, Danny. Well played. You seem to enjoy the big games.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it today. It was a really nice wicket, fresh wicket, and yeah, really enjoyed batting with Atta again. She's been phenomenal throughout the tournament, and yeah, we're just delighted to get the win.
How do you feel about your own form at the moment, especially in the shorter format?
Yeah, it's going all right. You know, T20 cricket's a fickle game. Yeah, I've just got to keep going and yeah, start of the season when I get home, so hopefully the form continues.
You both took a particular liking to the #1 bowler in the world, Sophie Eccleston. Was that a plan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite strong against spin, and yeah, Soph, I know she likes to target the stumps, and she had mid-off up, so I was just backing myself to hit my areas, extra cover, and it came off today.
Dan, well played once again. All the best in the final.
Thanks, Ish.
Congratulations to Danny Wyatt for a player of the match performance. And now time to welcome up the winning captain, Susie Bates. Susie, you got a big beaming smile on your face. When I saw your girls a little bit earlier, there were a few nerves around, but you're through to the final. How's that sound?
Yeah, awesome. Just so proud of the group. Obviously, ANTI-PIRACY and Wyatt showed their experience today and set the game up for us. A good toss to win against the Spirit. And yeah, just so pleased with after the 10 overs how our bowlers stepped up. And Gunjan from Sweden to come on under pressure, it was just really cool to see.
Hard for you as captain to make those decisions and who to go to. If I can just ask you to move your microphone a little bit closer to your mouth. You're an experienced pro now. But in terms of making those decisions as captain, how did you go about it?
Yeah, today I sort of had the plan of bowling 5 bowlers, but it looked like pace off was harder, and I had the extra spinner with Gunjan, so it was about the timing of when to bowl her and bring her into that match. And we took a wicket. That great catch from Mariko Hill changed the game, and when we took a wicket I thought that was the right time to bring her on, and she delivered. But yeah, the plan was to use 5 bowlers, but I sort of recognised that pace off was what was working, so yeah, just back my players, which I've tried to do all tournament.
Yeah, and how important has it been to give the opportunities to the associate players?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Anju from Bhutan has been outstanding with the ball. We've been missing Marazan Kat all tournament, and she was our new ball bowler, and Anju stepped up to the plate, and it's just so good to see them step up and bowl against the best players at the world and have success. So yeah, I've loved every minute of captaining this group, and I get more joy when they do well than the superstars.
And you've got a massive game coming up tomorrow. Who would you prefer to face? Heather Knight's team, the Barmy Army, or your old mate Sophie Devine?
I'd love a Kiwi battle, you know, have 3 Kiwis in the final, that'd be nice. So gunning for the Tornadoes, but it's going to be a great game.
Thanks very much for your time, Susie. All the best tomorrow, and congratulations.
Cheers, Isha.
That concludes the post-match presentation.
And as we take a look at that first semi-final summary, of course, Wyatt and Atapatu being so crucial in getting the Falcons over the line with a win, with playing so well with the bat, Wyatt getting 83 runs and Atapatu supporting that with a great partnership, getting 63. And as far as the Spirit, have a look, Izzy?
So for the Spirit, it was a good effort, but they just fell short at 147 for 5. And pick of the bowlers really had to be Gurung.
Yeah, and Izzy, taking a look at that summary we saw as far as Falcons is concerned, they had a really great knock with the bat, especially with Wyatt.
Yes, Wyatt was absolutely crucial for the win. I mean, her 83, and you look at that strike rate as well of 172. In fact, she only faced 7 dot balls. And in partnership with Atapatu, just laying that foundation, and it's all that scoreboard pressure in the end for the Spirit to face. And she's great through the covers. She just bullies it through the covers and goes aerial. Here she is again. And love spin, hitting it down the ground. That's her 50.
Yeah, and now Atapatu, you know, they had such a brilliant partnership. She supported Wyatt so well.
She did. And interestingly, Atapatu, she scored quickly, but not as quickly as Wyatt. And she certainly went for it in the power play. They scored 51 in that power play. And it was all go from there. It was 132, that partnership. Just swinging the arms as she's launching it, picking up yet more sixes. I think that's 14 sixes now in the tournament for Atapatu.
Yeah. And we'll probably see more sixes when they head over to the final. But thank you, Izzy. It's always good chatting to you. Let's have a quick look at what you can expect tomorrow. In the next game today, it is the semi-final, which is the second one for today. It is Barmy Army versus the Tornadoes. I'm already excited saying tomorrow, but we have more action in store for you today in the second half of the semi-finals for today. So from me, Lesseho, we'll see you in a bit.